beginning, and then I just do the stuff. Everyone just sees everything.
Okay, we're
I
live.
don't care if everyone sees it. Yeah. Okay, they should be able to see it. So you guys can see everything on the map. You have the map up. It looks all right for you.
Looks good to me.
Looks good on the stream.
Okay. All right. So there's probably nobody watching right now anyway. So let's get this going, and we will start. Like I said, it's going to be a real brief intro where I'm going to just do a lot of talking. I'm not even going to talk about you guys. I'm going to talk about all the stuff I screwed up on last week, and then we're just going to go right at it. Okay?
Sure.
Because I made so many mistakes, I have to do that. All right, here we go.
You make that many, though?
It wasn't. I don't.
We'll learn.
Yes and no.
Really don't hold yourself too crazy.
Holy crap! Okay. What was that?
What the
fuck was Rebecca.
That?
Rebecca, stop playing around. Okay.
Do I have the volume up too high?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was loud.
That blew my ears out.
High.
No, but is it the same volume for everything? Like
Yeah, you told me to have it up high.
Okay, I put it at 50%.
So I've got to turn my volume down so it doesn't blast me out when you come on. Okay. And Chris, the answer to your question is yes, I screwed up things, but it was because I didn't know the rules.
That's what I mean. So it's not really that big a deal.
Yeah, I still screwed up.
We're all learning, right?
That's why we're
all learning.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Happy Friday and welcome to Sometimes You Crit, a Pathfinder 2E real play podcast. We're changing that every day. We are here for our third and final episode of our very special Pathfinder one-shot. After everything that's happened at the start of the year with D&D, we decided to branch out. Tonight we are finishing the one-shot from Pathfinder, Threshold of Knowledge. My name is Jim, and I am your game master for tonight. I'm going to go over a few things that I personally screwed up in the last 2 sessions. It was just because we didn't know, and we're all new to Pathfinder, so mistakes were made. First of all, the River Devils. I know that we had a little problem with the River Devils. I gave them a 1d8 plus 3 damage at first. We had a couple players that were really hurting. Then I went back and said, hey, what's this red -2? And then I went back and I said, oh, that must have meant 1d8 minus 2. No. In Pathfinder, on the archives of Nethys, the -2 means you're going to do a 1d8 minus 2 plus 3. Which is really just a +1. So I messed up the damage. You guys have a few more hit points than you should have. Whatever. Secondly, and I know you guys all complained about this, and I swore up and down that I gave you the second buffling scale. So you see, while I was editing, I did not do that. So you did not get the second buffling scale. You were right. I was wrong. Get off me. Third thing.
That vindication feels so good.
I know. But you know what? It also feels good to bare your soul and apologize when you were wrong, and I was wrong. Next thing.
We'll never let you forget.
I know you won't. Underwater breathing. So the underwater breathing, I think, worked out really well for the way it was. It was exciting. We had somebody almost die. We pulled them out. The great thing. Unfortunately, we didn't do it exactly right. I was running it more like explorers mode, where it really wouldn't even be like explorers mode. I was giving you movement for every turn. What I should have been doing was giving you, because movement is a one action thing, I should have been giving you 3 different movements. So it would have been a little bit different. Now, to be fair, I made up the distance of 40 feet because it really doesn't tell you how far it is in here. So if I'd have done it the right way and made it longer, it would have come out the same. So that really isn't that big of a deal. I just want to make sure that everyone knows how you are actually supposed to do it. We were focusing on the rules last week and not really that much on the Twitch stream. So people who are listening to this, you're saying, what's all this about a Twitch stream? Well, we've got one going and we throw it on YouTube. Also, this week I made it a little bit more visually appealing so that some people Ian won't complain as much about it. Finally, we had talked a little bit about experience points, and experience points are a big deal in Pathfinder. So experience points are located on page 489 and 508 of the book. And real briefly, if you have, for instance, let's say tonight you are fighting a level 3 creature. Let's just say that. Let's just say that Jubo is a level 3 creature, which he is. When you look in the book, it says you take the party level, which you are level 1, and now Jubo will be a party level +2, which would make it where he is worth 80 experience points. So Jubo would be worth 80 experience points to everybody. But since you have more people in it, what does that really mean? Well, like I said, back on 489, and I'm going back and forth between pages in here, it tells you how to set up different kinds of encounters. Normally, an 80-point encounter is a moderate encounter. So you have 40 or less is trivial, 60 or more is low, 80 or more is moderate, severe starts at 120, and extreme is 160, and you can't survive extreme mostly. But since we have an extra character, you adjust these up by a certain number. So the low encounter would jump up by 15. So really, this is basically a low encounter for a group your size. Somebody's flipping their books around.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's just I can hear the flip. So you gotta.
I'm just trying to read along with the teacher.
I know. I appreciate it. So this makes it more like a low encounter instead of a moderate encounter. So another thing I said completely incorrectly last time was I was just guessing. I said I can't remember how many hit points it takes to go up a level. I said I don't know 100 or something like that. That's absolutely wrong. It's 1,000 experience points to go up a level. All right. So do you guys have anything else that I screwed up last week? Nothing. Okay. Well, I'm sure you will.
We're just ignorant of all of your errors you made.
I thought, oh, that wasn't too bad. And then I started looking and like, oh boy, I messed some things up. Even actually, I messed up some other things, which is really more of how the creatures should be played during their encounter. And I was just like with the Riverdales, I was just like attacking you with a spear when I should have been going to a different weapon, which would have been what do you call the type that you can use at a -4?
Agile.
On the second attack. Agile weapon. And they had agile weapons, which I should have switched to. So live and learn. So tonight we're just going to jump right back into it. You guys had come up, you had seen the beach, and Jubo had come out of the water, and we need to go ahead and start off right away by rolling initiative. So let me go ahead and get this up here. And
everybody.
Where is it? Okay, let me go ahead and I'm just going to delete this stuff real quick. For people watching on the Twitch stream, you get to watch us roll this, which is I know kind of boring. Everybody else is not going to see it. So you guys, do I have to set you guys up again to be on there with the one turn?
Yeah, do that again. The highlight us all.
Okay.
Right click, add turn.
Add turn. Okay, you're all on there. Okay, and Jubo, I'm going to add him onto there, and I'm going to go ahead and roll initiative for me. You guys just go ahead and change your evil ways. Jubo initiative. Wish I knew how to find this stuff easy. Initiative is wisdom, right?
Perception.
Sorry, there it is. Okay.
Unless there's another effect that would give you stealth or something else.
Oh, okay. There is something, but I figure the way it was, you guys knew he was there, but you weren't trying to stealth. So if you hadn't known he was there, there was a chance of him doing like a absolute like sneak attack on you, which would have been kind of bad.
I mean, we knew he was going to be there, but we didn't know he was going to be right there. You know.
Right. All right, and I'm going to have to turn that down so I can...
Do we have fighting music?
Yeah, do you not
She's
hear
playing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
I can hear it right now, yeah.
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 Why did you ask?
I don't know how you guys set this up, or Mark, how you do it like technically, because the volume for people going through on Twitch, I don't know. If it's comfortable for you, does that mean it's going through on Twitch correctly? Question mark?
We
Mark,
can't hear him.
Can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted. Yeah, I control the volume that goes through the video, and then you control the volume that goes through the recording for podcast.
So and I can hear it on Twitch.
I've got the Kenku volume down to 2. Is anyone else that low?
I'm at 27%.
I'm at 47%.
Do you need me to turn the Kenku volume down?
You're fine.
No, it's fine.
We can adjust it. You're fine.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So is everyone have their initiative in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me set it up for descending order. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So the first person that's going to act is Ufi. Ufi, you are right back behind Murawa. You see this massive crocodile. It is a large creature coming out of the water. What would you like to do?
Let's see. So I am going to. I'm going to throw my club at it.
Okay. And is that one action?
It is one action, yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and throw your club.
It is an 8.
An 8. That would be a critical miss, but I don't think that you are going to have a critical miss thing with your club. Oh, actually, there is actually Murawa is between you and the creature, so it would have been a minus. No, you did it, but it would be it would be a. What did we decide last time?
-1 is lesser cover.
Minus
-1 to the AC.
-1 to the
+1 to the AC.
+1 to the AC. Gotcha.
So that would be a 7.
Well, no, +1 to the AC. It still would have been a critical miss. So you have failed in that attempt. What else would you like to do? You have 2 more actions.
I would then like to move up to it. So then that's my second. And my shield is raised. And
All right, so then that's the end of your turn.
Did you raise your shield? Actually?
That means you're raising your shield. That is an action.
Okay, so that's the end of my turn.
Yep, you've done. You just. And I am going to talk us through this.
Okay.
You threw a club. That was one action. You moved. That was the second action. You raised your shield, which is the third. And
That's
raising
my
a
third.
shield is just one action, correct?
Yeah. And your
Okay.
AC is now +2.
Yes.
Yep. Your AC is
I
+2.
like the way
Okay.
Pathfinder does that, man. That's pretty cool.
At first, when you look at it, it's like, oh my God, there's all these numbers and rules. But then you go, oh, it makes sense. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. And I can add 1 or 2. That's not a big deal to me. Okay. Now we go to Jubo. Jubo has Murawa and Ufi in front of him. Neither of them really did anything to him. So let's see. He was going, you know what? He was going towards Murawa at first before Ufi jumped in. He's still going towards Murawa. So Murawa, this is what he's going to do. First of all, he's going to come out of the water with his jaws and attempt to chomp on you. 24.
That is a hit.
That is a hit. Okay, so the damage is going to be a D10 plus 4, which is 8 points of damage, plus he has grabbed you. Okay?
Okay.
And we're gonna walk through grabbing. So once it does its strike, it is grabbed you, and then that is a grabbing action, and we'll talk about that in a second. Effect: the monster automatically grabs the target until the end of the monster's next turn. The creature is grabbed by whichever body part the monster attacked it with. In other words, it has grabbed you by its jaws, so it can't use its jaws to strike somebody else. Now, if you go to grabbed, you are held in place by another creature. You are now flat-footed. Okay? And flat-footed is going to give you the
-2 to my AC.
-2 to AC. And you are immobilized. You can't use any action with the move trait. If you're immobilized by something holding you in place and the external force would move you out of your space, the force must succeed as a check against the DC of the effect. If it tries to move with you, we have to do something with it. All right?
Yep.
On your turn, you can attempt to manipulate the manipulate action, which is physically manipulate an item or make gestures, use an action with this trait. And there was one more thing you could do under grabbed. You can try to escape also, which is one action, and there's rules for escapes. You may want to look at that before it gets to you. Okay? All right, so that was the crocodile's first action. The crocodile's second action is to bite down on you again
Oh,
since
come
it has
on.
you grabbed. Oh, no. Since it has you grabbed, now, since you're flat-footed, it's going to be even easier to hit you.
Yep.
So flat-footed changes your AC by 2, okay?
Yep.
And he is going to, now he's only, instead of being a +10 to hit, he's a +5 to hit, but your AC went down, so. And he does a 17.
My AC was 16.
Okay.
Flat-footed.
He's going to hit you again. D10 +4, which is a 7.
7 total?
7 total.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, that reduces me to 0.
To 0?
Yep.
Okay. So you are at 0 hit points.
I think I was just typing up a little helpful what to do when we're dying document for us today.
Okay, so when it gets to his
you.
turn, Ian, if you've got your little document, we'll get to his turn and then you tell us what we do, okay?
Yep, got it.
With its third action, it is going to swing its tail, which is agile, at I believe that was Ufi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it is a +2 now with its tail. And that is an 11. I'm assuming that's going to miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he has done everything he could do. He's really super happy about all the stuff that happened. Marawa has basically been taken out of the combat, and it is
Actually, before you do that, though,
Yep.
there is one thing we need to do for him. You need to change his initiative to 22.5, or 23.5. He goes right before the crocodile that put him down.
that was
Morale.
that was Marawa, right?
Yep,
So Marawa will not go in this turn.
correct. There is a full turn between when he goes down and when stuff has to happen to resolve.
So by a 23.5, he goes after the crocodile.
He goes before the crocodile.
So he needs to be at 22.5.
23.5. He
crocodile's
wants to
20.
be a higher
Oh wait,
initiative.
23.5. 23.5. My bad.
Yeah.
Math hard. Math hard. Okay. Let me resort this again, so I make sure that we've got this right. Okay. So now, Juvo. Okay, is that all we need to do for right now?
Well, I mean, technically speaking, he drops anything he's holding. He falls prone. He takes the unconscious condition, and he adds the dying condition. 1.
All right.
Dying 1.
So let me add some things on here because I got some new little things to put on here. So you said he is prone.
Yes. The unconscious condition automatically adds prone and flat-footed.
Okay, so prone is on there.
Yep.
These are not in alphabetical order. Shoot. He was grabbed. Is that grappled or grabbed? I'll have to redo these so they're all okay. He's in the unconscious and what else?
Unconscious, prone, flat-footed, and dying. He's got a
boy.
boatload of conditions.
There's
on.
dying.
Yep.
I like that little heartbeat symbol.
I know. He's flat-footed.
It's an EKG symbol.
Yeah.
And what else? What am I missing?
Chris knows
Flat-footed,
all about
prone,
that.
dying, unconscious. You should have 4.
I've got 4 on him right now.
You've also got the grappled or
Oh, that's
flat-
okay. Thank you. Yep.
flat-footed and prone. One of those. Whichever.
I gotta
one.
find unconscious. Sorry, this is.
Unconscious.
I need to reorder these. I put all these new ones in here, and they're really cool, but they're not alphabetical like I had the
Alphabetically
last
ordered.
group. So it's kind of when you have to go through them one at a time, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So let me find unconscious. That's disadvantage. Where's unconscious? Exhausted. Oh boy. There we go. Unconscious. Wow.
So I believe your AC is at -6 right now. Just so you know. Cool.
Where do
Okay.
I find all this stuff? Because you just listed a shit ton of stuff, and I'm never going to keep track of it all.
Go on to the archives and go to
Just hit a dying.
I did,
Dying.
and only like 2 of those things were listed. I
But
thought.
Because it adds unconscious condition, and unconscious comes with the prone and flat-footed. Or the dying says when you add dying, you fall prone and drop everything you're holding. The unconscious. Oh, I'm sorry. There is also another condition. He's also blinded.
We're gonna just remember that one. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So right now you're kind of screwed,
Kind
but
of.
that's
I'm not
fine.
see- Right. I'm not seeing all of the conditions that he's listing on the Archives of Nethys, though.
Well, we can resolve it later. We don't want to spend forever on this.
Well, no, we are learning. So
Yeah. Okay.
dying. All right. Let's just go to dying. On the
Sucks.
archives. Right. Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
Right. Unconscious. And unconscious, I can see blinded and flat-footed on unconscious. All right. Do you see those?
Okay.
And then
So
prone, and then
basically, the
prone shortly
Archives of
after that.
Nethys is just doing a poor job because it's assuming that you're looking up all these other things.
Yes.
Yes. You have to go to all of them.
You have to go from link to link to link.
What
That's
a
why
pain in the
That's why I'm
ass.
putting
Yeah.
this thing together for us, because this is going to be super helpful.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. Okay. So
So does the
wh-
-4 status penalty to AC stack with the flat-footed? I'm assuming it does then.
It does not, because one is a status penalty, one is a circumstance penalty. Those
so
do
they
not
they,
stack.
they stack, right?
They do not stack, because the words
Well-
circumstance and status are different penalties.
So I wouldn't
No.
get a -6 then.
I think
I'd
because
only get
they're
a -4
different.
if they don't stack.
I
Yeah.
think because they're different, they stack. I don't
No,
think they
I
stack
looked
if
this
they're the
up.
same.
Right. The -4 status penalty comes from unconscious, and flat-footed is a -2 circumstance penalty, I believe.
Right. I think those.
So
I
it's
think those
6
stack.
total.
Those
So
do
I-
not stack.
So
Is-
I don't have a -6. It's only -4.
No.
What do you mean? No. It
They
says
don't-
a -4 to
I'm
unconscious.
sorry, they do
and it
stack.
doesn't
My
stack.
wording
Yeah.
is- My
Yeah,
English-
I thought you were getting
English.
stack
Like,
wrong.
what are you talking about?
Right. Right. So
English.
yeah.
English
They
hard.
do
Yeah,
stack.
so what they say is, like, let's say you have two circumstance penalties, and one's -10 and one's -2. You just get the -10.
Right.
But if you have a circumstance and a
Status.
status, and one's a -10 and one's -2, you're a -12.
Right.
Jeez. Well,
Okay.
Damn.
you're
Well,
just
this is
screwed.
good.
You're just screwed.
Oh, this is
Yep.
good. I like this. This is showing us what
He's
we have to
probably
do.
not screwed, but
Right. Right. Exactly. But once we get going on this, it'll be fine.
Well,
All right.
You say you're in the dying condition, and then you load on all these extra stuff on there.
Right. Well, that's part of dying.
It's not pleasant.
Yeah, it's true.
Right. But that's the way it works. So
Yep.
it's you're dying, and we need to see what it looks like when somebody's dying.
Yeah.
Because in D&D it's like, oh, you're at 0 hit points. I throw a heal on you, and you're back at 1, and you're fine. This is not that. Okay. So Kalagi, what would you like to do?
Be dying.
Not be dying. Okay.
Dying.
It's okay.
So
Fair.
you're running the other way.
Yes, yeah. Did we have our weapons on because we knew about Jubo coming up?
Yes, I say that you guys would all have had your weapons drawn coming
Beautiful.
through here.
So then I will use my first action to use an open stance. Second one is going to be using point blank shot. I'm going to take
Okay.
2 shots at the Jubo, the big
Okay.
boss over there.
Okay.
First
So-
one, there's my D20. You were saying something?
No, I was gonna say. So is this an agile weapon or not?
It is not.
Okay. Yeah. So
The first
one
one's
is
plus
normal.
9. The next one's plus 4.
Gotcha. Okay.
With
And the
7 and
stance.
9 is 16.
Okay. 16 with your first shot does not hit.
And the stance counts as an action. So that was my first action.
The stance is its
taking a
own
stance. Take
Taking my
Take-
stance is an action, yes.
right. So then so your second action was your shot,
Correct.
Right.
Point blank shot is one action.
and now your third one, if you're going to shoot again, that's your third action, correct? Okay.
Let's roll that. A 15 and 4. Is 19 hit this boy?
19 does hit.
Is that the second attack? Did you take the minus? The
Yeah, that's the second
Yes,
attack.
yes. I took it. And that's a 1d8 piercing to give me. Hey, all right, an 8.
I just straight 1d8.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
gr-
what it
that
says
was-
on the sheet here.
That was a good shot, and you said that was piercing, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just got to make sure that he's nothing for him against piercing, and I don't think there is. So you are good to
Before
go.
we
Okay.
move off, I do have a question.
Mhm.
Trying to refer back to D&D here.
Mhm.
Normally, there's some added from like a skill, like a dexterity or a strength. Doesn't say that on the the sheet here I have for Kalagi, is that something I'm supposed to know and add myself? If it doesn't say it, I'm good.
I don't think
No,
It'll say it.
that there is a plus with
there's only
with bows
to damage.
for
It's only
damage.
strength. For ranged, you only add a strength if it's thrown. Otherwise, there's no
Okay.
damage modifier.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That
Right,
is
and
my turn.
Okay, but like, Chris, if we're saying something like you got a while before your next turn, look it up and see if you can find something differently. Okay, because we are just learning this. Okay, next up is Akeen. Akeen just saw his buddy just go down in a heap.
I'm horrified. I'm horrified. This is my buddy. We share a love for climbing trees and spending time outdoors together.
Long walks on the beach.
I'm just watching my buddy just get
Pina
swallowed by this thing.
coladas.
So can I go in Marua's space then, or
So since Marua is down, yes, you can.
okay? So I'm gonna try and like save Marua somehow. I'm gonna just run up there and attack.
All right. So your movement is one action.
Yeah, I just moved up one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's one action. The second action will be flurry of blows.
Flurry of blows. Okay, so that gives you 2 attacks at it.
Right. So first attack was a 1.
That's gonna miss.
Second attack.
I don't know what your pluses are, but I think that's gonna miss.
Yeah, I know. I rolled a 7, 14. That's gonna miss too.
That's gonna miss.
And
also.
that's even without the -4. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Now you have a,
so
you have a third action.
miss.
Mm-hmm.
The third action, I'm going to go into the crane stance, and it gives me a +1 to my AC.
Okay, great. And when you're in the crane stance, can you still attack out of it?
If I keep it up, yeah.
As long as you don't move, you can keep up the crane stance. You can attack out of it with your flurry of blows, everything.
I don't know if you can't
He
move.
uses the crane strike. I don't know if you can't move.
I don't. It doesn't have a limitation on movement. It's just saying that, you have to, when you're in the crane stance, you can only use the crane strike.
Gotcha. So
You
I'm going to
can't use
assume
other attacks.
Right. Why don't you try and look it up while we're moving through? I'm assuming you have to stay in the same place so that you can use it, so you can get the bonus for it.
No, I
So
believe
here's
you
how
can
it
move.
reads. Here's how it reads. So
Mhm.
for a stance is a general combat strategy that you enter by using an action with the stance trait and that you remain in for some time. The stance lasts until you get knocked out, until its requirements are violated, until the encounter ends, or until you enter a new stance, whichever comes first. So movement isn't included in those, unless the stance says that you're required to stand still.
And I could
Okay.
read you the crane stance if you want me to.
That seems weird that you can move like 75 feet in the crane stance.
So do you want to hear it or?
Sure.
Okay. So crane stance says the requirements, Akeen is unarmored. Effect is Akeen enters the stance of crane, holding her arms in an imitation of the crane's wings and using flowing defensive motions. She gains
Okay.
a +1 circumstance bonus to AC, but the only strikes that she can make are crane wing attacks. While in the crane stance, reduce the DC for Akeen's high jump and long jump by 5, and when she leaps, she can move an additional 5 feet horizontally or 2 feet vertically. So it actually helps.
I guess
my
you can
movement.
move.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah,
my
I guess you
movement.
can. Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
Balance wise, it's like drawing a new weapon, taking a new stance. So that's why they gave it an action.
Gotcha. That's cool. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so that was Akeen's full turn, correct?
Yep.
Okay, Zane.
Okay.
Now, Zane, there is somebody between you and the creature. So if you were to do something,
I'm planning on moving. So
Gotcha.
that's the first action. I will move. How? I can go 25 feet. I can go.
Now, when you're
There we
moving
go.
through another character's space, it's difficult terrain. Is that correct?
I don't know. Maybe, but I'm going to avoid it. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Somebody look that up while you. I can't look it up while I'm doing
All right.
this.
So I am moving here,
What was the
Okay.
question?
and I am finally going to use my first leveled spell since we started.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Gritty Wheeze.
So you started where? Here? Where I'm pinging?
Yes.
Okay. So you went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Gotcha. Without going through a person's space.
Yeah,
Okay.
I went diagonally through the
Yep.
crowd.
Okay. And what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Gritty Wheeze.
Okay.
Here, let me put the text in our chat for you guys to read.
Gritty Wheeze?
By the way, I have the movement rule.
Okay.
Moving through friendly creatures is not difficult terrain.
Oh,
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
in moving through enemies, you must take the tumble through action.
Gotcha.
All right, so this is a 15-foot cone, which I can get just him and no one else.
Okay.
And I need him to make...
Oh, wait. You have to read this. You exhaled desiccating grit and sand in a small cloud.
It's like the mummy.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yes. Creatures in the area take 2d4 bludgeoning damage and must attempt a fortitude save. Water creatures and plant creatures use the outcome 1 degree of success worse than the result of their saving throw.
So is this crocodile a water creature?
Let me see if it's listed as a
There's
water
usually
creature.
tags on them.
Right. It says neutral, it says large, and it says animal.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a no.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude save for the crocodile. Okay. Crocodile's fortitude is +9.
Okay, this is a DC 17.
23.
So that's a success.
It is a success, yes.
You're going to take half damage.
Okay.
So that's 2d4, and I actually get +1 on this due to my feat. My feat dangerous sorcery. When I cast a spell from a spell slot, I add a damage status bonus, which is the spell's level. So this is
Okay.
damage.
Okay.
This is 2d4 +1.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 1 and a 2, so that's 4 bludgeoning damage total.
4 bludgeoning damage.
Half that. You took half damage. 2
Sorry.
points.
Yep.
So glad I used a whole first level spell for that. I can do better.
Well, you wanted to try it anyways.
I did.
So I believe that's... Wait, what is your spell 2 actions?
This is a 2-action spell, which completes my turn now.
Gotcha. Okay, great. Oofy.
Okay, so I am going to cantrip is stabilize 2 action.
Yep.
And I will pop it up. I will do it on my little frog friend.
Wow, we're friends?
We are friends, aren't we?
You're friends now.
Oh, guess I don't have it in here. So it is positive energy shuts death's door. The target loses the dying condition, though it remains unconscious at 0 hit points. So she is no longer dying.
Correct.
Okay. So he is now no longer dying. He's at 0 hit points.
Yeah, so
Right.
you just remove that dying condition. However, the unconscious, which is doing all those other conditions, stays. He's still prone,
Okay.
he's still flat-footed.
So I just removed the dying.
Remove the
Okay.
dying.
But doesn't
But
dying...
Now I have one other action, and I can cast heal, which is, I believe, 1d8.
I believe if you were doing the heal, you don't need to do the stabilize.
I
Once he
believe
goes
that's
into
correct.
Once he goes into positive hit points, he stabilizes.
Is
anyway.
it like that? Then I could
Yes.
just do the heal as a 2 action instead.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Super
need to
heal.
do-
I mean,
Yeah.
So it's the same as, because I would rather do that then.
So
Right.
in the dying condition, the way it reads is you lose the dying condition automatically and wake up if you ever have 1 hit point or more.
Correct.
So
Okay,
giving
so
me hit points back would
Instead,
remove
I
the
will
dying
do that
condition.
instead. I didn't realize it was
Now,
on
when you move-
D&D,
when you-
so
when
I
you
will do that
remove-
instead. I will cast heal.
I'm wounded 1, yes.
You are wounded 1.
When
Right.
then you will be, so I will do it as the 2 action heal, and which will be, what did we say it is? It is automatic 8 points. No, 8 points plus 1d8. So
You're just now getting dice out?
oh hush. I had to get the music set up. So you have 15 hit points.
Nice.
Wow.
Wow, I'm back up to full,
Yeah.
just like that.
It's good to be first level.
Frail little frog lady. 15 points does it.
There you
But
go.
you're still in the grip of the croc, right?
But I still have one
Yes.
move left. Can I assist helping her get up so she's no longer prone?
She's in the mouth of the crocodile.
What is the action?
She's in the mouth of the crocodile.
She's in the mouth of the crocodile.
So
yes.
can I help get her out of the mouth of the crocodile?
What is the action you wish to do? You have to give me an action. There's a list
I'm
of actions. You have to.
imagining Probably an interaction action.
Pry
to
the
make an athletics
mouth
check to-
of the crocodile open.
What is the action? I'm not telling you. I'm not saying what
No.
you. I know what you want to do, but what would the action be?
Yeah, there's a list of actions that you can do.
That's like a skill feat, right? And what are we
There's
looking for?
All right, now
No.
there is an action called aid, which
Is
if
it
you,
aid? What is the action?
The action is called aid.
Aid.
Yes, so you state you are aiding.
I'm aiding.
You are because if Marua is going to escape,
Okay.
you are going to state that you're aiding the attempt, the
I'm
escape attempt.
aiding.
If
the
she's
attempt
if she's
to
if
get
she
the
actually
frog
escapes,
lady
if she
out of
doesn't
the crocodile's
if she doesn't take the escape action, then this doesn't apply.
Okay. So you're aiding. You're attempting to help her get out of the crocodile's mouth.
yes, I'm
Right, okay.
aiding that.
Gotcha. So as long as Murawa tries to get out of the crocodile's mouth,
Okay.
Murawa can. But unfortunately, you're in the same spot as Murawa. That's kind of weird. I'll have to figure that out when it comes to it. But you're in the same spot, so this is not going to work.
Wait,
So
Goofy isn't, but
Ufi's not in the same
Keen
spot
is.
as Marua.
no, Ufi. Right. Ufi's not. Okay.
But
Actually, if
But I'm
Marine,
right there.
if Marua's in the mouth of the crocodile, then I'm assuming Marua's not really in that square, is she?
That's
I mean,
the
could
problem
I
right now.
attempt to grapple?
Well, no, it's not. It's not. You're not the problem. If you're
Okay.
aiding, that's fine.
Not usually told I'm not the problem.
I know
so
you're
I'm
not the problem
okay with
this
that.
time. The problem is that we've got two characters in the same space right now that are coming up.
But you said I could.
Right, because they were prone. So somehow we've got to move somebody out of it somehow.
And that's fine. You just move.
I think it would be
one
a
of
forced.
us.
Let's do a forced movement. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to move Akeen out of
I
there.
mean, she's still
because-
prone.
Oh, that's true. Moroa is still prone. So okay, all right, let's do this.
So maybe
All right,
when
so-
Marua becomes unprone, she will move out of there.
No, yeah, Marua is not going to be able to do that. First of all, Marua is still in the jaws of the crocodile.
Right.
You're still prone. So Marua, what are you going to do in the jaws of the crocodile?
oh, it's my turn. Wow,
is.
it finally got here.
And you're
Yes.
not dead.
You're not
So-
dead yet.
First of all, I'm going to try and escape.
Okay.
Okay, so both you and Rebecca will need to roll that, whatever the check is. And if Rebecca also succeeds, she's going to do it first. If she succeeds, she adds a +1 to your attempt.
Okay, so let me see. So this is
So
an
what's the
athletics
skill check?
DC of the creature. And when they do an athletics DC, whatever the plus is, they just add that to 10, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so Rebecca, what did you roll?
You tell me what I roll.
I said, what did you roll?
No, what does
It's
she
an
have?
athletics-
What
it's- what does she
ability
have?
is she
It's-
using?
Yeah, what do you
Right,
want
it's
me
an
to roll?
athletics check.
Athletics.
Okay, so it's athletics. Didn't roll very well. I rolled
Creature grabbing.
athletics. I rolled a 10.
Okay, so you
Sorry.
did not help.
But she
Yeah.
didn't
Okay.
critically fail either, did she?
No.
Okay.
No.
Because you can
least you're
screw
alive.
you can screw it up if you critically fail an aid.
Right. So yeah. So for escape, you can critical success. There's a success and there's a critical
You're-
failure.
You're alive. So
So
There's
okay.
that.
So Right. So go ahead and roll for your athletics check to attempt to.
I did.
No,
Is it
No,
actually-
Rebecca.
to Cole.
I'm talking to
Oh,
Cole now.
So I rolled a 15.
Okay. So 15. So the crocodile's athletics is +8, which means it has an 18 DC. So you did
Okay.
not escape.
Cool.
So that was
All right.
one attempt at escaping, and you did not critically fail, which means you can attempt again if you want to.
Oh, because he has 3
However-
actions.
However, escape is an attack action. It has an attack tag on it. Therefore,
Oh,
you take a
jeez.
multi-attack penalty on the escape.
Right.
Really?
Hold on a
So
second.
facto, you're still screwed.
It is
Yeah.
an attack. Yes. So you're still doing it, but you're doing it at a -5.
-5.
Do you have something else you could do to help kill it?
I mean, I could attack it.
Yeah, she can still attack him.
I can
Yeah.
still attack it.
It might
It'd
be
really nice
better
if
off.
somebody got on the
So-
other side of this thing.
But you are
But
still
you're
making
still-
a second
Not
the
attack.
case.
Is a reaction, according to my cheat sheet.
Yeah,
What?
it is a reaction. It's
It's
not
a
an actual
reaction.
action.
It's not an action.
What is a reaction?
Aid.
Aid
Correct.
is a
That was-
reaction, not
that was
an
your
action.
That was your react. You taking
Right.
the action. You take the action to state that you're reacting, and the aid is
No, I don't think
No,
that's how it
no.
works.
So,
no,
I think.
no,
All right,
no.
hold on. Everyone stop. Let's not do this. You just you would have one extra action, Rebecca. Let's just do your extra action. What would you have done?
So I would have interacted with the crocodile.
The only thing you can do to help him get out was the aid reaction,
Or I could have.
or you could have attacked
the
or something.
You could
Absolutely.
attack
Yeah.
it, yeah.
I
Yeah,
could
go
have
ahead.
attacked him.
Go ahead.
So, which was the same roll.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Okay. So now we're back to Cole, right? Cole, you did the escape. You attempted it. It was an attack action. It was one action. You failed it. Your second one, you said you want to attack it
Well, I'm conflicted.
because you are flat-footed and prone.
Yeah, but flat-footed doesn't affect my attack ability. I mean, and I can't change that because I'm grappled, right?
Right.
So it's either I escape or I do to try and change that, or I do something else. I mean, I'll try and escape again, I suppose. Yeah, why not? I'll try and escape again with a -5 penalty.
or
Okay.
you could
Is
use
it -5 or
acrobatics
-4?
athletics. You could use acrobatics or athletics instead of unarmed attack.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, it
I've
does
got
say
so
that,
many
but
tabs open for
My
Yeah,
this.
acrobatics and athletics are the same, so it doesn't matter.
I printed up a cheat sheet also.
All right, I'm completely out of the thing now.
Yeah, I rolled an 11. I didn't get it.
Acrobatics or athletics, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so that you tried it again, you said, and you failed.
Yep, I failed.
So that was your second action.
Yeah.
Crying
there's
is a
no
free
point-
action.
Crying?
Crying is a free action.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I don't really know what else to do because if I can't make the check if I try again. Like I could roll a 20 and still fail it. So I mean, looking at my items and stuff, there's nothing
Well,
that I can
remember
do
a
here.
20 will increase it one level.
That's true.
If you just fail with a 20, it would increase it to a
Yeah.
pass. I'm
I'll
just
try
throwing that
again.
out there. Sure, why not?
Why? Because that's the only thing that I can do really.
It's got a 5% chance. There you
But
go.
tell me the odds.
Don't tell me the odds.
I rolled an 18.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
Comes
Oh
down
my
to a
gosh.
16 and I fail.
Okay.
Damn.
So Jubo, who was getting ready to go to somebody else, said, "What? I've already got this guy in my mouth. Let's go ahead and screw him up." So, this is all right. So this is its jaws. Now, this is the attack action, which I didn't describe last time, is called the death roll. So he is death rolling you. All right, you have to be grabbed for him to death roll you. He tucks his legs and rolls, so it gets a +2 to the attack, and it's already attacking with a +10 because it's his first attack, so it's a +12. 22,
Yeah, that hits.
which is going to be. I can't roll well on this, which is 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Um,
That's not a good roll.
That's not a good roll for damage. No, I rolled a 3 out of a D10, +4.
Well, I might be down here again soon, folks.
Yeah.
That was my last heal.
Then it's going to death roll again because it's just one attack action, and now instead of it being instead of a +5, now it's a +7. Ooh, that's a 3, so that's 10 total. So it did not.
It missed.
It missed you that time.
Is that a critical miss?
No, it's not a critical miss.
That's right.
And then let me see. It is going to. You know what? It's got you in its mouth. Why wouldn't it keep on death rolling? I mean, that makes the most sense for it. Does it? Does it make the most sense? It does not. It's going to. Yes, it is. It's going to do it. That's a lot. So 16 plus 2, 18.
Yep. With my flat-footed trait, it hits.
Wait a minute. Is it +2? Yeah, it's +2 with that. Yeah, so it's an 18. So the damage is going to be 9 points of damage.
Just like that, I hit the floor again.
Just like that again.
I'm
I'm not going to put all the
out of
things back. I'm not going to put the thing back on it, but we're at it. Okay. So we know he's down again, and he's just getting death rolled. Just
And now
death rolled. Upon.
Now you're at dying 2.
Yep, because I was
So-
wounded 1 going into it.
Yep. You add
Okay.
your wounded to the dying 1 you just got.
Well,
Okay.
these are pre-gens. We're not.
That's right.
Really,
We're not too attached.
So you are.
we're
So
not
you're.
attached to these characters.
Okay. So
Sounds
dying
like we
2.
shouldn't get attached to any characters.
No. So what does dying 2 give him?
Nothing. It's just when you get to dying 4, you're dead.
Gotcha. Okay. So, I mean, you got to admit, if you're in its mouth and you're wiggling.
I didn't choose to be here.
No. Remember at the beginning when I said, go ahead and put your characters wherever you think they'd be, and you go, oh, I would 100% be at the front. Remember that?
I would have been. That's the thing.
I'm just saying.
I've
that-
already been to this side of the tunnel. It didn't attack me that time.
Well, no, this was a long way away. You went like 800 feet to get to this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this was a long way away. That's what that little jaggedy thing there is in the middle. It was
Gotcha.
a
That's
space.
a breakage. Okay,
Mhm.
okay, okay.
Right,
I didn't
Okay.
realize that. Sorry.
right. Okay, so here we go. Now it is Kalagi's turn. Now, I will say the good thing for you guys is it's not attacking the rest of you because it's busy playing around with Cole. So,
I was gonna say,
Keep it distracted. Keep it
There you go.
distracted.
Keep it distracted.
Loggy with the free action has to look away and like shake her head. Oh my god, is this really happening?
There's
And
so much
now-
blood in the water. There's so
now I
much
have to
blood.
get back into the fight. We take a couple steps to. Oh, that's the wrong one. To get behind Oofy here. Hey, my friend
Okay.
Oofy. That's what we do. And then I'm going to use point blank shot again.
Okay,
because
so
it
let me just say one
moves
thing
the
to you about that.
penalty.
Wait, hold on a second, Chris. One thing about it. When you're right there, you're going to go through Oofy's
Right.
position, which would give you a -1. It gets bonus for AC.
AC.
If you move here, it
Yeah,
will
that's where
not
I'm
because you have a
going.
straight
Yep,
shot
right.
at it. Okay,
All right,
yeah.
perfect.
we just got to get used to moving things around,
Yeah.
and
Well, I'm
There's-
used to
this
the
is more
D&D
technical
rule.
than
You can
D&D.
shoot through your partner's
absolutely,
face.
you get right through their mouth.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
lift your arm up. I'll get onto that.
Exactly.
I'm gonna use point blank shot because I'm already in my open stance, which is nice. And
Correct.
the first one is +9 for me, so 17 plus 9 is 26.
26 is a hit. It is not a critical hit. It is a hit.
Ah, I was. That is a D8 piercing. So 5 on that one. And I'm actually going to fire one more shot. This one's going to be a
Okay.
+4 from my
All right,
penalty.
well, hold on a second. Before you fire, I just want to let you know that the crocodile is now officially bloodied.
Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Very nice. It should be a +9. My multiple attack penalty is going to bring it to a +4.
Okay.
That is a 16 +4 is 20.
20 hits.
Yeah, right. So now we get one more. And that is a 2 on the die. Oh,
Okay, so-
an extra 2 points of damage, which was
Gotcha.
7 total for this round.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You have one
Excuse
more.
me.
Oh, no, you do not have one more action because you moved.
I moved
shot,
and I
shot.
used my 2. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Let's move along to Akeen.
All right. Akeen. Can I go all the way around to the back of this thing? Like right
You
here?
can move through Oofy's space,
Right.
and then you'd have to go around. Let me see.
1,
5,
2,
10,
3,
15, 20.
4.
How far can you go? No, you're in its space.
Oh, I'm in its space right
It's
now?
a large creature, yes.
So I got to be over here?
You have to
Wait,
be
wait,
like over
wait.
here.
Wait, so it's a large creature, isn't it taking up these 4 squares?
Let me see. Yeah,
Or
no,
is
you're
it-
good. I'm sorry, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, you're
So
good.
that's good? Okay.
Yep. So that's one action.
All right. And then I'm going to use Flurry of Blows as the second one. Red
Okay.
is my first attack. Miss with the 12. 21 with my second attack.
You hit with your second attack.
Okay, about time. So I get 1d6 plus 3,
Okay.
so 6 points of damage.
Okay. You got him
And-
on the ropes here.
And I already have my crane stance up.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Let's back up for a second. Can you do a flurry of blows?
Oh,
You're
I
in a
don't know.
crane stance. Yeah, well, you guys read it. You said crane stance. You can only do a crane attack.
right.
Isn't that what
You
you?
would have
Isn't that
had
what
to
you read?
either leave crane
Right.
stance or
Oh, yeah.
con that to crane
Right.
attack.
Is that
Okay.
true?
Right? Isn't
That's-
Flurry of Blows would
We
it
just
be
read
two of the crane attacks, wouldn't it be?
What? No. Read it again. What I believe what
Flurry
Cole
of Blows
read was
is not a stance.
no. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh.
Read the crane stance.
It can only do crane attacks.
It can only do crane attacks.
Ah, okay. You're right.
Flurry of blows is not a crane attack.
But
Because it says two
I mean,
unarmed
isn't it
strikes.
Any unarmed
Yeah,
attack.
no, Flurry
Crane
Blows is
attack
not
an
an attack.
unarmed. Flurry of blows is an action to make 2 unarmed attacks,
Right.
like in one turn. So crane stance, the crane attack is an unarmed attack.
That is true.
So you should be able to make 2 crane attacks as part of your flurry of blows.
Okay.
I
Is a
have no
crane
idea.
attack
I've never
is
done
a crane
this.
attack is a crane attack any different damage wise?
No, it's exactly the same.
Okay, we'll go with that. And if we figure something else out, we figure something else out.
Yeah. All right. So then I got one more thing. So
It's
I
a crane
will.
attack. So you're continuing the crane, like you just have to make sure you say that I'm doing my
Right.
crane attack because that way you stay in the crane stance.
Yeah, and I might as well do another crane wing because it's
Mhm.
what the heck.
Okay.
And I missed.
Okay. All right, Zane.
Okay. From where I am, I'm just gonna shoot an electric arc cantrip at him.
Okay.
I just need him to make a reflex save.
Reflex.
DC7.
His reflex is +7. 18.
Jesus Christ! All right, so he just.
That's why I
saves-
do roll-offs.
So it's just going to be half damage on this. So it's
Okay.
1d4 plus 7.
Okay.
2 plus 7, that's 9 halved to 4 points of damage, of electric damage.
4 points of electric damage. Okay. He's like he looks bad. He's smoldering. And I don't mean like the rock smoldering. I mean Smoldering,
that was
smoldering.
crap. That was 2 actions. What am I doing with the last one?
Your cantrip is 2 actions?
Yep.
Oh, I thought most cantrips were 1 action.
Ooh.
A lot of mine are too.
Gotcha. Okay.
I will. Jupo doesn't speak.
He hasn't spoken yet. Actually, you don't know if he can speak. His mouth's been full for the last 15 minutes.
It's not polite to speak with your mouth full.
That's right. Jubo's trying to talk to you, but
He
He's
likes the taste
having
of frog legs.
That's
for
right.
dinner.
that's right.
Nice.
Frog legs.
That was a good one.
It's like his natural
Okay.
food.
Anything else?
Oh yeah, well, I'm just looking for something. Hang on 1 second here. Yeah, why not? I will try to demoralize him. So
Okay.
this might be.
What does he roll?
I'm gonna make an intimidation check against your will DC.
My will DC. Okay, so my will DC is 15.
All right, so I get +4 to this. Actually,
Okay.
but if it doesn't speak the language,
It doesn't speak your language.
it's gonna take I take a -4 circumstance, so it's just a straight roll.
Straight up roll. You might as well do it. I mean, what the heck?
So I'm saying,
Right.
don't. It's just a
Don't
9.
poo-poo. Okay. I did. I mean, there's always a chance.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Okay, it is Oofy's turn. Oofy, it's looking bad. It's right next to you. It's kind of staring at you right now because it feels a limp body. Wait, are you? Yeah, it feels a limp body, and it says, lunch.
Is it not looking well?
It's not looking well at all. It's looking really bad. There's a lot of blood in the water. Most of it's not his. But there's a lot of it is his.
Okay. I'm just looking to see if this cantrip does actual damage or if it just stuns it. Okay, it does actual damage. So I'm going to cast Daze on it,
Days, okay.
and it has to do a will saving throw.
Will saving throw. Okay, its will is +5, and I will roll it. It's a 19. This dice is hot tonight.
Believe that passes. Hate this stupid page that this gave us.
All right, I'm sure 19 is going to pass. So what happens when it
I'm
passes?
pretty sure if it passes.
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
don't
save
have
or
anything that's going to be
suck.
19.
Huh?
You won't have anything that'll save at a 19. So
If you save
or
well,
fail at a 19.
If the target critically fails the save, it also stunned.
Nope.
The target must attempt. Yeah, so I guess it's save or suck.
Okay.
So,
All right, and that was 2 actions.
that was 2 actions.
Okay, what'd you like
is
to do
it
with your
still
third?
right there by me?
Still right there by you.
Okay, so I'm going to attack it with my Morning Star then for my
Okay.
last.
Hang on. It's the day's cantrip. He's
Yeah.
gonna take some damage with a regular save. You see, that says basic will save.
Yeah.
That does the whole thing where success is half damage.
You cloud the target's mind and daze it with a mental jolt. The jolt deals mental damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier. The target must attempt a basic will save.
Right. Basic is the wording they use when they don't want to reprint the whole thing that a critical success is no damage, success is half damage, failure is full damage,
Okay.
critical failure is double damage.
So I don't understand their wording then.
Okay, so what is the damage?
So it's half damage to whatever
Half of whatever you roll.
Spellcasting ability modifier.
Which is wisdom, which is I fucking hate their shit. Which is 7. So half of 7 is
3?
4, 3.
3.
We roll down,
Sorry.
so it's 3. Okay.
Yep. Okay,
So
so
3 on that.
All right, hold on. Stop. You can turn down the music. Tell us how you defeat Jubo.
So it's a mental jolt. So I look at it almost like I'm using the force, and I'm like, let go of my friend.
Okay. All right. And Jubo just like sort of twitches and just goes limp in the water. He's not the only one that's limp in the water. Why don't you go ahead and take off the music? There we go. And all right. So Cole is currently at dying 2.
Quick question.
Yes.
So daze was the thing that brought it to 0 hit points?
Yes.
So daze is also non-lethal. So technically you just knocked it out and didn't kill it.
Correct.
Well, and I have one more action left, and I can
Pick
use
it.
my Morning Star to like bash its head in.
Go ahead. Attack.
Okay.
I'm sure it's got a whole bunch of negatives. So.
It is unconscious, so it has what, a -6?
Mm-hmm.
So that was a 15 to hit.
You're going to hit it. You're going to kill it.
Okay, bam. Bam.
There you go.
it's dead.
Boom. Done.
I just made
All
sure
right.
it let go of my friend, and then I bashed its head in with
There you
my
go. So
Morning
you have
Star.
somebody who is dying laying there with this bloody crocodile there. What are you all doing to help
think we're
this
technically
situation?
still
Can we
in
do
initiative.
a medicine check to stabilize him?
I think we're still in initiative because there's stuff that has to happen. This is
Okay.
just like D&D.
Okay, so let's move along then.
And his turn
So,
was next.
Murawa.
Or her turn was next.
So
now
I
you're gonna make
a flat
it's a-
a flat roll against a DC 12 because I'm dying 2.
yes,
It's 10
Okay.
plus your dying
this
number.
is called a recovery check.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see if you recover.
I got a 3, so I take one more condition. I am now dying 3.
Oh my god.
One
Okay.
step away.
Or, well, no, here's your option.
Oh, wait, no,
When
wait.
you- when you fail, you'll have an option to just use all of your hero points
Oh yeah.
to
hero
automatically
points.
True.
just come back to stable. And
Um,
you will not. If you use your hero points to recover this way, called heroic recovery, you don't add another wounded condition to you.
How many
Yeah, I'm
hero
gonna
points
do
do you
that.
have? You just have one?
yeah, I
we're at
only
the
have
start of a
one.
new session, so it's 1.
If I remember correctly, if you had 10, it would cost 10. Like it takes
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Takes
If
all
you
of them.
use
Well,
literally
Well, the
all of
max
your
is
hero
3,
points.
so
Yeah, you only
Right.
have 3 max at any
I
given
just
Right.
it was a you know.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you're
It
absolutely right.
illustrated the point.
yep.
You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
So are you doing that?
Yeah, I am. So that
Okay.
was
You are-
only
you are-
wounded one.
Yeah.
you're back at 0.
Okay.
Take the dying off. Your wounded stays where it was.
So I'm still wounded 1.
My
Which,
gosh.
if somebody has a healing kit, that I don't
I
know if
do.
anybody does.
I do
then,
have healer's tools.
You could take the treat wounded action for 10 minutes to try and or treat wounds.
Yep.
Guys, we have a bunch of vials of inner healing potions.
Yeah, I'll probably be taking one of those too because I know I have one.
There was 2 vials minor elixir of life, then 2 minor healing potions that we got in 2 different spots.
Right.
Yeah, I know
So-
I have 1 minor elixir of life in my inventory.
But I mean, that's that's things that we've been given in this adventure. So if you needed another one, we have extras.
I'm only stable, right? So I can't actually do anything because I'm still unconscious.
Yeah, we can take your elixir
Correct.
and pour it down your throat.
Or we can say deuces and leave him.
The treat wounds costs us nothing. However, if you crit fail it, then she will get hurt again.
All right.
So the treat wounds cost us nothing.
I don't think it's worth tempting fate. Just pour a vial down his throat and call it a day. Or her throat, rather, right? I think Marua is a woman.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we doing?
I think the healer should try and treat wounds. That way he won't have that condition.
Okay.
Right.
Won't have the
also-
And
wound.
I
also-
can get
you'll-
hit points
And I
back.
have
And you'll get hit points
healer's
back.
tools. So,
And she
Yep.
gets the wounds taken off. It's
okay.
it's much more beneficial to do the treat wounds.
Okay. So how do you do the treat wounds?
So you do okay. So it reads the medicine check. DC is usually 15, though the GM might adjust it based on the circumstances, such as treating
15.
a patient outside in a storm.
16.
She rolled a 16. So
That's a
are
success.
you Are you trained, or are you expert?
Medicine.
Should be trained at
Yeah, in
first level.
medicine.
Medicine, I am
Yeah, it would be trained.
trained.
So that is 2d8. Do you want to roll that, or do you want me to roll that?
I can roll. Oh, well, it's up to you. Do you want to roll it?
Well, you're doing
You
it.
can roll
So.
it.
I think
Yeah,
she
you're
rolls
doing
it.
it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
I
do.
did
Health.
5, 9.
Amazing. So I'm back to wounded 0. I have 9 hit points, so I am now
You're what?
conscious.
Gotcha. Okay. So you guys are all conscious. The crocodile's done. You're not wounded, correct?
Correct.
Okay, you're not
And you
wounded.
also, and you removed a wounded.
Okay.
Move your wounded down 1.
So you're gonna drink a potion too?
Yeah, I'm going to take this minor elixir of life, which is 1d6 hit points plus 1.
Okay.
That gives me another 3 hit points.
All right. Okay, so where are you guys going before you start moving your tokens around? What are you guys doing?
I want to see if there's any treasure on this big Betty.
You're going to look on that big baddie, and it is
Slice
just
open its stomach. Did it eat anything?
it is a crocodile that doesn't have anything in it or on it or around it.
Okay.
So,
Fine.
Can't
Yeah.
gut it Jaws style.
I mean, you could, but let's not.
I think I'd like to make a handbag out of it.
It's
I was
that-
going to say, I mean,
Yeah, the first combat took
get
almost
some
an
good
hour, so
boots.
let's move forward on this one.
Gilly might
Um,
like some of those boots. That
Right,
All
right.
You want to just keep moving?
Okay,
There's
so what are we doing
more.
here? All right, so wait, hold on. So we're moving. Okay, so who give me a marching order on how you guys are doing this. I'm just
Who's
setting you
moving?
guys up here, just randomly. Okay, you put right. No, Akeen, don't go jumping around on anything.
You said to move. I moved.
No, I
He
put you guys
also
here.
said
So
we
give
need
me
marching
your
order.
marching order.
I'm going to go second, not first.
I'm
Okay.
going first.
Okay, are you? Is that okay? So put I have Akeen in the front right now. Who's next to Akeen?
Not me.
I can go alone. I don't care.
I'll go. No, I'll go with him.
All right, go ahead, move yourself up there with Akeen.
Are we going like 2 by 2 or?
Yeah,
Yeah, why
might
not?
as well.
I think this
Alright.
works.
Go march.
Okay.
Robe in
There
the
we go.
middle and the
Hoorah.
two casters
Cool.
in the back.
Hoorah.
So is
Yep.
that right? We have
Yep.
Akeen and Kalagi, and then Murawa sandwiched in between. We're a good frog leg sandwich to go. Okay. Ufi's going to be with Murawa, and then Zane is going to be in the back.
I'm going to be watching her. Yeah,
Okay.
Seeing how
Please
she's
hold my
doing.
hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Checking your wounds.
She's just been traumatized, you know.
Yeah.
She has been
I'll be checking
traumatized.
those wounds and
Okay, so you guys are going to be moving along, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys are. Oopsie, how did I miss him? Okay, yeah. So I will go ahead and move your characters, so you guys don't have to worry about it. So you guys are moving along. And is everything look all right for you guys? Because I can't see your view.
yeah.
All right. So as you come, so you're walking. You were on a beach. You're walking down a very short little tunnel, and it opens up in front of you. All right, and I think you guys can see it. It goes ahead of you a little bit, and you see that it goes in front and to the left. And as you come around the corner, you are going to see straight to your right
B4.
B4, this
Is there an after on the other side?
evil. Here, let me give you a good description of what you're going to see here. Yeah, I'm going to do that one. Let me get this out of my way so I can actually see this. And this is a foul creature that looks like a wizened old woman. It is hideous looking. You can see that back there in its cave past the water, you can see that creature is there. Plus, and I do not have them on the map, you see Teacher Ott and 2 other, looks like students, sort of unconscious, laying behind her. And as you come around the corner, she gives this cackle, this and you have found Nagaja, the one you have been looking for. and we are going to roll initiative again. We're going right back into a combat. We're going to do it quicker this time because now we know what we're doing.
Right.
Do
Let
we
me
though?
let me clear the list. Actually, I don't have to clear you guys, do I?
No.
Nope.
No, we.
I'm
Just
not
change
going
it.
to clear you guys.
Take
I'm
off
going
the
to clear.
crocodile.
I'm going to clear Jubo, and I'm going to add Nagaja, and you guys go ahead and roll your initiative, and then we will go right back at it. But now
I have
you've
the
lost
same
some
crappy
spells and
7 in
stuff.
my initiative.
Let's see, where is she? She is. Oh, there we go. Ooh, there we go. Let's get some initiative here, baby.
Marua
Is
is
everyone
going
good?
first, so she's going to run ahead and get eaten again.
Whoa, hold on. Yeah, exactly. So is everyone good right now? Is that everyone's initiative?
I'm good.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to change more, and I don't know how they do it in Pathfinder for a tie between the character and the creature.
Characters always win.
That's a D&D rule.
That's my rule.
So we're,
I
you know
looked
what?
this up. I looked this up last time and I forgot what it said.
Here, you know what? We're going to just go with Mark's rule, and if we screwed it up, we screwed it up. So Morowa,
Go, Mark. You rule.
Hey, I make them up as I go.
what would you like to do besides getting a death roll by a crocodile?
Question.
Answer.
Can we actually see into this room?
You
Because
can.
right now on roll 20, I can't actually see into this room.
Yeah, none
It
of us
stops
can.
at the water.
You can- Yeah.
You should
I
be
can
able
see
to.
to hear.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
it shows
I can
the-
see.
I can see to here.
Yeah, I can see to right here.
Yeah, it's people that can. Okay, what are you doing?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying to
peop-
figure out how much
I
can
think what it
actually
is, it's
see.
people with low light vision.
Well, I have low light vision. Maybe
And
you
you
didn't
can't-
give my token low light vision.
You can't
I
see
think it's
it.
because I have the light cantrip out.
Oh,
That's probably what it is.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
you have
actually-
light
yeah,
up,
it
so
looks
everyone should be
centered
able to
on
see
I
with
have
the
the
light.
light cantrip up, so yeah.
But
Right,
the
I've
light
got-
cantrip is bright to here and dim to here.
Yeah, and that's as
For
far
me.
as I can see. It is light to here and dim to here.
Yep.
I can't
Right,
see
so you can see her at the
anything
very
other than
edge, right?
B4.
Nope.
No, I don't know where your monsters are or anybody in here.
Mm-mm. It's
You
dim
described
to
a
here.
scene, but I can't actually see anything in here.
Okay,
Do you have the
so-
monster tokens on this level?
Hold on a second. So, Rebecca, you are Ufi, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Ufi, let me just make sure. I should have Ufi emitting light. Yeah, emitting bright light, and then for 20 feet, and then low light for 20 feet. So
Which
You know how to
everyone,
see.
Here
You know
and
how to
here.
see through their
Yeah,
eyes, and
and
roll
that's
20, right,
that's
Jen?
what I see.
right? Okay, so Morowa, let me just make sure I have your vision on. You have night vision.
I have low light vision.
I'm just gonna put it as a night vision because I don't think that there is a low light vision in here. Oh wait, no, that's it. Did that help?
Yes.
All right, who else
Yeah.
cannot see her?
I cannot.
Everyone else can see?
Kalagi.
I cannot
what,
see
it's
her.
all.
She's
I
right
can only
here.
see like
Yeah.
like the dim.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's all I see.
All right, so
Yeah, like
Kalagi, hold on. All right, let me-
Translucent almost.
Yes.
Right,
What Chris said.
right. So she's going to be in low light, which is going to give her a benefit.
Right.
Oh.
Called dim light.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
can
dim- it's
see
dim
her
lighting.
dimly. I can see her dimly.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you. Yeah. So she is in dim light, which would give her a low light benefit.
Okay.
Right. I
All
think
right.
I was just 5 feet away.
Gotcha.
And so I was just out of range of being able to see her. All right.
Okay. All right. So Murawa, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to use my first action to move
Okay.
5 to right there.
So you're moving
Just
towards
learned it all,
towards
haven't you?
the hag, towards
Yeah,
her.
is there
her-
anything
her
else? Are there any
pool of
minions
wa-
or anything?
Her pool of water. No, all you see behind her is Teacher Ott and 2 other students that are tied
Yep.
up and unconscious.
I'm going to do my best to roll some more death saves or recovery rolls. And so I'm going
Okay.
to move again 5 more spots. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right.
5.
There's the teachers behind her. You can't go back
Oh,
there.
so I can't
There's
go behind
people
her,
back
but
there. No.
I can go right here though.
Yes.
right?
Yes. So you've
Okay.
charged forward and you're on her left. Yes.
Yep. I just want to open up the ability to flank at some point. So since I'm going before her, she is flat-footed.
All right, let me just check one thing real quick here for her because she has that. Okay. So,
Unless some
and
other
why is
effect
she
prevents that.
flat-footed?
So typically, if you go before somebody in a round, they're flat-footed. Like you're flat-footed until you go, right? That's
No,
what we
that was
established.
a Pathfinder 1 rule. That's what we discussed. That was a Pathfinder 1 rule, not a 2 rule.
Wait, what?
It was
Really?
a Pathfinder 1 rule, not a 2 rule.
When did we discuss that?
We discussed that online.
Well, what we discussed was what the penalty was for flat-footed, not when it occurs.
Right. It's not flat-footed. That was a Pathfinder 1 rule. It's not Pathfinder 2.
Yeah, we did discuss that.
We did discuss it online. It's not
I
a Pathfinder
missed
2
that
rule.
discussion then.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's some things like for rogues or whatever that if you move before somebody, they're flat-footed, but there's some things that make it that way, but not normally for everyone.
Oh, she is
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to determine this because I am a rogue and figuring out if I would apply sneak attack if I hit. So first I'll roll if I hit, and then we'll figure out from there.
Well,
Okay.
if he is a rule, then he gets the flat-footed, right? Is that what you were saying before?
I don't know. I don't know. That's your character. I don't know your character.
Right. That, and I thought that so
It may
sneak
be a
attack
rogue
only
thing, but
happens on flat-footed when a creature's flat-footed.
Right.
So specific.
But is there a rule for a rogue moving first, making somebody flat-footed? That's what I'm asking. I believe there is, but I'm not sure.
It doesn't specify on her character sheet.
Right. You have to look it up.
Yeah, I am. So I'm going to roll first to attack because if I miss, it doesn't matter. Or
Okay,
if I
but-
miss by more than 2, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha. That's perfect. Yeah. You're
So
absolutely
let's
right.
just do that.
Sure.
And I rolled an 11 plus 6, so 17.
Well, 17, it's going to matter.
Yep. So
So we need the roll.
All right, so rogues have a feature called surprise attack. You spring into combat faster than foes can react. On the first round of combat, if you roll a deception or stealth for initiative, which we didn't, then those
Yeah.
creatures are flat-footed.
okay,
Right,
so
you
that's
weren't
the only
sneaking.
occasion. Okay.
Right. You have to say you're sneaking.
Which I wasn't. So
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So so I don't get the sneak attack damage.
Right.
Okay,
You don't get
that
this.
makes sense.
You missed.
Oh, I missed.
17
Okay.
missed.
Oh
Okay.
my
If
gosh.
if she would have been flat-footed, it would have been a hit.
Sure.
That's
Yep.
why I said it mattered at that point.
Yep. So I missed.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, that's fine. No, so this is, I think, the second time this has happened for you. So my feeling is for rogues, if we're in a dungeon, we're moving along, I'm sneaking, like period.
Right.
Say it. I'm sneaking. That way, whenever initiative comes, you're using your
Stealth.
what is stealth instead of your perception, and you can do cool things like jump up on somebody and stab them and get a lot of extra damage.
Well, I'm hoping not to play a rogue continuously after tonight, so hopefully that won't
Hey,
matter.
you may not be playing a rogue another 10 minutes. Who knows?
True.
I mean, you're
because-
almost not playing a rogue now, so.
because it's Nagaja's turn right now. And Nagaja goes, she's going to look at you since you're right next to her. And she is going to use her dread gaze.
She's going down again.
So the hag gazes upon a creature, afflicting it with intense distress and a gnawing sense of impending doom, with the result depending on its will save. Ooh, with a high DC. Okay, so go ahead and make your will save.
All right. That's a natural 20 for a total of 26.
Natural 20 for a total of 26. You succeeded. Oh, excuse me. That's a critical
That's
success.
not a critical.
No, you needed that.
Yeah.
It took a critical success for it to be no effect. So no effect on you. She looks at you and you feel this wave of like fear and stuff pouring over you, and then you're like, I got this.
You really are an ugly bitch, you know.
So now she's got these nasty, like her nails are like claws.
You just
She's
look
gonna
death
go-
in the face. This
That's
is
right.
nothing.
You did just look death in the face because it would have been
True.
bad. Even on a success, you go to frighten 1. On a critical failure, you're frightened 2. You're slowed. If you were dying, you're unconscious. Like it's all kinds of bad stuff. But you're great. Like that was an amazing roll. She rolls an 11 plus 12 for her claw attack, which is a 23, which is going to hit, I believe.
Yep.
And she's going to do a D10 plus 4 slashing because that's the only kind of damage we do against you. It's a little bit better. 9 points of damage.
All right, I'm not down.
Okay, and that is her 3 moves. Okay.
Still
Oofy.
alive.
I'm not dead yet.
Wow. I don't like her.
First level sucks
Okay.
because we die so fast.
Right. Well, no, that's fine. Luckily, like if you had like 5th level characters or whatever, it'd be harder to get to the dying condition, and we need to see what happens in the dying condition.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff that happens.
How far away is she?
What are we doing, Oofy?
I'm
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Bah.
So it looks like 35.
like
Yeah.
35. Okay, so if I
Yep.
move. Move like. Stupid head.
All right, I need you to tell me what you're going to do. We have to move
I'm
along.
looking. It is days is it is 60 feet. Okay, so I'm gonna cast days on her.
Okay, so she is in low light, and what does low light give for her, Ian?
It somatic and verbal. I don't have to see her. It's somatic. Oh, I guess I do, don't I?
You're gonna have to see the creature to cast a spell on it. So
Does she have? So if I move where
If
I can
she's in-
see her better.
Creatures and objects in dim light have the concealed condition.
okay, and concealed gives her what? I've got too many tabs open already.
Yep,
I can't open
Okay,
another
so
tab.
if I move where I can see her, so if I move and then cast days, so that's
Yeah.
1 and then 2.
Sure.
So I do
Yep,
that,
so you're
and then I
yep.
cast days.
Okay.
So then
All right.
she's got to make a will save.
Okay. So her will save here. Let me make sure I get onto her. Ooh, she's got a good will save,
I bet she does.
and she rolled like crap. She has a 12.
Okay, so she failed.
Okay.
So then that is. What did we say it was before?
She's stunned,
She's stunned.
and she takes 7 points of damage.
Yes. So
Okay.
there.
So let me
Stunned
take
and she
7
takes
points of
7
damage.
points of damage.
Okay.
But
Okay.
But she didn't critically fail.
No.
But she is stunned.
Okay. All right. Let me get stunned up here to make sure we
Wait,
get
does stunned have a value with it? Like stunned 1, stunned 2, stunned 3?
I'm looking to see.
You can't act while stunned. Stun usually includes a value, which includes how many total actions you lose. Yeah, so it has to say it in your book.
It says stunned 1 on the days spell online.
Yeah, so stunned
Stun
1
one.
means she loses 1 action per turn. Stunned 2
That's-
means you lose 2 actions per turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so she's going to lose 1 action per turn.
So if she
All right,
if
and
she
that's-
casts it again, since it's a cantrip, let's just say, and she
Mhm.
does it 3 times, that means she lose all her actions. If she lost,
Cantrip is takes her 2 actions.
oh, it
she can only
does.
cast it once
I,
per
I
turn.
just used all my actions because I moved,
Okay.
Right.
and then
Yep.
and it was 2
Yeah,
actions.
I was
so
just-
that's my turn.
I,
So-
I was just
Okay.
asking the question for instance. I wasn't saying you could do it. I was just asking.
Right.
You know.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Akeen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna run up and attack her. So I can move 30.
All right. Will
Getting
30 get
flanking?
you all the way up to her?
I can get right
There
there.
you go. Okay.
If you move to here, we can flank.
That's 35.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is
I'll
your
take,
movement?
I'll take a second action, 30. So I'd have to take a second action to move
Okay.
there,
All right.
which is fine.
So that makes her flat-footed, which
Okay.
is a -2, and then she was stunned, which just takes away an action. Okay, so she is -2 to her AC. Okay,
Right.
go ahead.
So I'll do my flurry of blows, just regular, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And red is second. Oh gosh, I'm really rolling crappy. I rolled a 1 and a 3, so and that's not hitting anything.
That's not hitting anything.
So I guess
Okay,
I'm
so
done.
that should be the end of your turn, correct?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay, Kalagi.
Right. I am going to move 2 spaces so that way I can still stay far enough away.
Okay, so you're moving 10 feet towards her. Mm-hmm.
Yep. That way I can see her, and now I won't cause I don't have to use the point blank effect to shoot without
Gotcha.
a penalty. So I'm going to shoot at her again, or for the first time rather,
Mm-hmm.
which is a natural 20 plus 9
Oh.
is 29.
29 is it's a critical hit because her AC is 19, and you would. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Somebody tell me the answer to this question, because I think maybe I know
Ooh,
the answer to this question.
flat-footed.
Since she is flanked, she has
Not
a
as flat-footed
she has a
to
-2
me.
AC. She's flat-footed, or is she flat-footed
Not
to everybody?
flat-footed. No, she's only flat-footed to the people flanking.
To the people flanking. Okay, that's what I thought. But either way,
Okay.
your 29 is enough to be a critical hit. So your
That's
damage is
pretty
going to be
cool.
D6 times 2.
No, I have a deadly D10.
Yep.
So I get to roll 2 D10s, right?
Deadly.
No, it's-
the deadly tag on his weapon means that when he critically hits the weapon, the damage die changes to the deadly tags.
On a critical hit, the weapon
Oh.
adds a weapon damage die of the listed size. Roll this after doubling the weapon's damage.
So you
Okay,
roll,
so-
Roll
one
this
D-
after doubling
yeah,
the weapon's
so you roll
damage.
1d6, you double it, and then you roll a d10.
It's a D8, so I have to
Or a
roll
D8,
my
sure.
D8, double it, and then a D10 on top of that.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
This is when you.
That's
It's
how
a
that
critical
works.
damage extra.
Weapons.
Holy shit.
Weapons can have critical effects.
Wow. Okay, I mean, I guess a longbow. I wouldn't want somebody shooting a longbow at me from 25 feet away. That's for sure.
Wrong. I am 30 feet away, so I didn't have to take a penalty.
Okay. All right. So you're rolling a D8. We're doubling it. Okay. So let's roll the D8 and double
D8
it.
was a 2, so 4.
Okay. 4. And now roll a D10.
Then the D10 gave me 9, which is awesome. So 13 total.
13 total. Wow.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And I got one more shot actually at +4 instead of +9.
Okay.
And that was a 7. So an 11 total.
11 total does not hit.
All right.
That was awesome.
Well, that's be my turn. Yeah, I saw that the deadly. I was like, oh, sweet.
That's awesome. Okay. Okay, Zane.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're moving towards her. Yep.
Yes.
You're within
and
like
then
15 feet.
I am going to produce flame and throw some fire at her.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
just- Oh no! Before I do, oh no, I can't. Shit.
Yeah, you
I was
already
gonna
moved.
try I was gonna try and demoralize her before that, but I can't.
Right.
All right, I will just throw some flame. So this is a +7 to hit.
Oh, okay.
17 + 7, 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Okay.
Is throwing flame a cone or is it a
It's just it's
Beam,
the produce
basically.
flame. It's a produce flame cantrip. It's a ball of fire in my hands that I just throw at her. It's
Gotcha.
a ranged
That's
attack.
cool.
Very cool.
All right, so it's a D4 + 7.
+7. Good lord.
4 + 7. 11 points of
11.
fire damage.
Well, I will tell you right now that she is bloodied. Big time. And that was the end of your turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Murawa, who just can't get enough of charging into combat, what would you like to do? She is flat-footed between you. So where you're at, which would affect her AC. So
I'm going to attack with my ADZ. Yeah, I'll just roll an attack, see what happens.
No.
all right.
If he's in the flat-footed condition, does that mean you get sneak attack?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. I rolled a 24.
Nice.
24 will work.
Do your best.
Do your worst.
Okay, do
Didn't
your
quite
worst.
do my worst, but I did 7 points of damage,
Wow. Okay.
and then
She did not like that. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I didn't like being in the jaws of a gator either. But you know.
Wait. Did the 7 include the sneak attack damage?
Oh no, it didn't. No, I
Right.
didn't roll. For
Yeah, because you get sneak
by that.
attack damage too.
That's another 1 damage.
Ooh.
Well, you know what?
Oh yeah.
Every little bit counts. Okay, so that was your first attack. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Stabby
I will
stab.
do a second attack with my
Okay.
ADZ.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. I rolled a 17 for a total of a 19.
19 exactly. Oh, excuse me. No, 19 hits her.
19
'cause-
hits. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
because you're
flat-footed.
still flat-footed. So, yep. Okay. 19 hits.
Okay. Does that mean I do sneak attack damage again?
Yep.
That's what it seems like.
Sneak
yeah.
attack is not unlike D&D.
It's not
Sneak
a-
attack is not once per
right.
turn.
It's
Okay.
every
I
time you hit
don't
a
like. I
flat-footed
don't like
creature.
this. I don't like
This
this.
is good. This is
All
good.
of a sudden.
Well, he's
I don't
not-
like this.
He's not rolling 8d6 for damage, so
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, but still, I don't like this.
So this is something else that I want to read off, and there's a reason I mentioned like the ADZ is my go-to weapon here, and it was last session too. But so it has the forceful trait, which means this weapon becomes more dangerous as you build momentum. When you attack with it more than once on your turn, the second attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to the number of weapon damage dice. So I get a +1. And each subsequent attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to double the number of weapon damage dice. So
So basically, what you're saying is, since you hit with the first attack, you're +1 with the second attack, and
it
if you hit
doesn't
with
actually
the
it doesn't actually say you have to hit with it.
oh,
It just says when you attack with it more than once on your turn. The second attack,
She's gaining momentum from her swings.
Yeah.
so a second attack would be a +1, and the third attack would be a +3,
+2.
+2. Okay.
From my understanding. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
All right. So this is your second attack. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You got a +1 on that.
So
just
that is a
damage.
4 + 3 + 1 to 8
No, that does not hit.
no, he's doing damage. He already hit.
damage. I hadn't rolled damage for my
We
second
already
attack
rolled the
yet.
hit.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
I'm getting
that's
lost here.
8 normal damage from the weapon, and then 2 precise damage from, or it'll be slashing damage from the weapon, and then 2
So-
precise damage from the sneak attack.
Why don't you tell me how you take the witch down?
Well, you see, my first attack cut her across the knees and she bent over, and then I put the ADZ in the back of her neck as I did last session and ended
So
it.
violent.
It is violent. It is violent. I think you're
This
a
is
very
called
violent
combat.
person.
It's violent.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go ahead and stop the music. It's pretty
Yep.
much over now.
Yeah, it's over.
Yep. You went in there and you chopped her to pieces,
Not
and
yet.
she was just laying around, minding her own business. But no,
With
you
the
guys gotta go
professor
in
and
there.
some dead
God,
bodies.
here we
You
go.
guys got to go in there and just chop her up.
They're just
Um,
unconscious,
She
right?
took
They're
our
not dead.
teacher.
They're
I
not
don't
dead
know.
though, right?
I can't remember. There's Professor Ott and the
Oh,
students.
it's dead.
They're
Yes.
dead.
No. So, yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and read what it says here. Now, I'm going to read what it says, and then we're going to make a decision amongst us. Okay. Teacher Ott stands up with a warm smile on his face. This isn't exactly what I intended for your first lesson, but I'm glad you found me. Unfortunately, we don't have much time. He gestures at the two injured students. Naroba and Okulu confess their part in helping out this hag with her schemes. It seems she tasked the two with placing a number of magical runes throughout the Heron archives, intending to flood the Mangambia with the waters from this canal. Luckily for us, Okulu was never very skilled at producing runes, so I believe we still may have some time to prevent this attack. I'll tend to these two and then alert the rest of the staff. I'm trusting you to take care of those runes. Now go! So we have a choice here. Time-wise, we are somewhere around the hour and a half mark. I don't think it would help us learn Pathfinder anymore to move forward with the last thing, which would be you guys kind of walking around in there. So would it be okay with you if we just like put a bow on this and close it up?
Very
Yeah.
happily.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a lot of battles here,
I'm
but
done.
this is
Execute the two
helping.
students, and all's forgiven.
Yeah.
Off with their heads. Yeah.
Okay.
So so that was fun. I'm glad that we got to do that because we don't understand Pathfinder. Obviously, we're learning it, and we're going to learn more from it. We know that right now that the best thing to do is just let Cole run forward and get into something's mouth, and then everything else will be fine for everybody.
That
So
was a
yeah,
great
so-
Wait for my
move.
next
Maybe-
character too.
I didn't
That
take
was.
one. I didn't take
You should
1
play
point
a
of
martial
damage.
character next time, since
neither.
you want to run into battle. Maybe
Cole,
you should play the martial.
I had a lot of things on my bingo card, but you running and jumping into the crocodile's mouth to save the party was not one of them. So, congratulations. So we're just going to go ahead and end this right here. I had fun. I hope you guys did.
Yep.
Right? Yeah,
Yep.
we learned
Yeah, it was
some
good.
Pathfinder. We don't have to roll for anything. Whatever app you're listening to us on, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, GoodPod, etc. Follow us and please leave us a rating and review. Hopefully 5-star. Both are important to our growth. The higher rated a podcast, the easier it is to find it. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. We have a Discord. We have all those things. We have links in the show notes. Next week, we're going to be back with our D&D campaign. So the plan for the future is we're going to be playing D&D at least 3 times a month, and then we're going to be doing Pathfinder, which we're going to be starting a brand new Pathfinder campaign during I believe we said the last Saturday of the month. So please look forward to that. We're going to try and keep this going, and it's probably going to get really super confusing for me, but that's okay. I can do this. And thank you to Sirenscape for your amazing atmosphere and music. We got to use it tonight because we have Rebecca running Sirenscape because I can't remember to do it because I have 15 tabs open right now and I can't have another one open or my computer will melt down. So you just gotta be using it at your gaming table. Have a great evening. We're gonna see you next week, and remember, sometimes you crit. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, go ahead and tell.
Yeah, you don't have to like lock it down when we stop.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Well,
Because right now it just looks like we're done.
fine.
We are going to keep on going on.
Fine.
Here,
We're
so.
gonna keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to keep going. So, all right. So was that okay for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Sorry about the
Okay.
confusion about flat-footed stuff.
No.
getting around.
No, we
So-
don't know the rules. We don't know the
Right.
rules.
That's how
We
we
don't know the
learn.
rules at all. Exactly. That's how we learn. And trust me, I had the crocodile open. I had a grab open. I had grabbing open. I had a sea hag open. I have dying open. I have flat-footed open. I have
Yeah.
stunned open. You didn't get to see the brine shark. I have the brine shark open. I've got too many tabs that I'm trying to flip back and forth
Sure.
between.
Yeah, I know for me, I was like flipping between unconscious and dying and wounded and like treating a
Well,
wound and all
And the
that
problem
good
in the
stuff.
archives is it'll say, oh, this is this condition, and it gives
Yeah.
you these 2 conditions. And you go to that one condition. Oh, this condition gives you these 2 conditions.
Right.
So it's just like spirals out of control, and
It all
I can't
nests.
open them up fast
Yeah.
enough.
This will probably be easier with the campaign that you're running out of Roll20 with the
Yes,
the system they have set up in Roll20.
yes, and I've got to change those markers too because they're just out of control. They weren't right. I think I put the wrong ones in here. They're not alphabetical order. Like I can't find anything in them. So, do you want to
This
take?
is the book that the thaumaturge is in.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
okay.
take it. Let's take a bathroom break, and then we'll come.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's
Come
take.
back at 8.
Start. Yeah.
Okay, so that's like 15 minutes. So.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
Do you want me to transition?
Yeah. Now you
What do
can
you
do
mean?
this break.
To
You
a
can
break?
put the break.
Oh, I don't
screen
know.
up.
Did you go back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, we're not used. I'm not used to doing Twitch in this. So, yeah, we're gonna come back and at 8 o'clock, and we're gonna go into rolling, or not maybe rolling up our characters, but the character creation process. Some people already have them basically done. Some people have them very little done. Some people are in between. So we're gonna kind of talk it out. We'll spend an hour maybe or so doing that, and I'll probably end up recording this and give it to the Discord people and say, hey, take a look at it if you want to.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right. So, Mark, take us out.
Down.
Yeah, we can keep on talking.
All right, we're live.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So yeah. So we're back. We're going to be doing this on Twitch. We're going to go ahead and say that this is the first time that I have completely screwed up a session, and I did not record the audio. So I'm going to be doing a really, 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 really rough episode podcast based on the audio that I'm going to get off of Twitch, and I'm going to cry a little bit inside that this happened, and
then you're going to realize it's much easier this way, and you don't have to do any of this editing that you do forever.
Yeah, but then we got the clickety clacks, and we got the page turns, and we got the bump of the mics, and we got this, that, everything else. So,
but it makes it more real.
I was flipping around in books.
I know you were. I know you were. So okay. So let me just.
not to do
So
that.
everyone on Twitch, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be working on the character creation here. But we are going to also talk about what just happened. We've all decided, or most of us have decided, that that's unworkable. We can't use Archives of Nethys like we have been doing. So we really need really good character sheets. My suggestion is, for especially for the casters, is to get note cards. Get note cards. Write your spells down on note cards. Write everything that's important you need to know about the note card. And if it gives a condition, get a note card with the condition. Like I'm going to need you, because there's too many things. I can't look them all up, and you guys know what you're going to be casting.
Makes
All
sense.
right.
Makes sense.
And I think with the weapons, it's not, most of them is not that bad. Like most of them, it's the, if it's not an agile weapon, it's whatever your plus is, then it's a 5 less, then it's 10 less. Things like what Chris just had, which was that cool weapon that gave a plus 10 or plus
Deadly
D10 all of a
10,
sudden.
man.
Yeah, like that's very cool. But you guys just have to have that written down somewhere so we can kind of, click through and move along a little
You have to
bit.
realize in Pathfinder, those tags that are on everything, on the weapons, on the attacks.
It's
they all mean
incredible
something.
how much there really is to change the weapons. I love
Yep.
the way they do a lot of the stuff in this. It's a lot of fun.
Right. And I think that we're going to be, like, I still don't think we're doing it right. Like there's still things we missed. And I still think that as we go, we're going to be finding out that, like, I think we're going to go through a level or two and go, oh, we were doing this wrong. And we're just going to be altering and changing to eventually we're doing it correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
But,
Yeah, and if someone's listening and they see something we're doing wrong, just send us an email or something.
Absolutely. Hopefully, if we're doing it on Twitch, you can just hit us up on Twitch.
Yeah, if we're paying attention to comments.
Or our Discord
Or, hey,
people.
listen,
or-
what,
We're not that good
sometimes you
yet.
crit at
Exactly.
gmail.com.
I don't know how good it is for like casters, but I have the Path Builder 2E up with the character I've been working on.
Mhm.
It's really good. Like I like it a lot.
Yeah, there is
I'm
one
not
thing.
sure if note cards.
Listen to what Mark has to say.
There is one problem with that. If you don't buy the membership for the bonus whatever, if you create another character, your first character goes away.
Yeah.
So
That's not true.
well,
That's not true.
mine
at all.
did.
That's not true.
Mine
I
did.
have
I had
4
5
on
characters
Path
open
Builder.
by accident.
Yeah.
on
I
the
don't
app.
know what happened then because mine went away.
So you have to save it, and it'll save
Yeah.
it locally. And then when you want to open a different character other than the last one, you have to go in and say load character.
Yeah.
Do you have a login to Path Builder?
No, I don't need one.
Nope.
No, you
This is
save it
just
onto your
free.
computer.
So on the upper left by where it says menu, you click on the 3 bars, and then under character, there's an open character option, and you can choose any character that you saved.
So how do you save it then?
You click the save character instead of open
local.
character.
Okay,
There you
that's what
go.
I didn't do.
We're
So you can-
learning.
So one thing to note though is it is local and it's stored in your browser cache. So if you clear your browser's cache or like clear your browsing history or something, it might take it with you, or it might delete it. But you can download a backup to your computer.
Okay.
So what I did is I made like a bunch of character options and downloaded the backups to my computer.
Or you can do Rebecca's Church of the Pencil and Paper.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
Twitch,
Now for
there's
those
nothing
of
wrong
you,
with doing it old school.
It
so
also says,
let's. Oh, go ahead.
I'm right here in the thing. It says you could save it to like a Google Drive.
Yeah.
If
That's
you pay
unique.
for it.
Yeah, that one you
Yeah.
have to build. You have to pay.
Oh, I
them.
didn't see. I haven't done that yet, but
Yeah.
I was
It's
just
like a
looking.
five. I think it's like $5, and you.
It's
have,
like
you
$7
unlock
and
access.
it's a permanent thing. It's not
Yeah.
like
Chances
a
are I'm gonna
one-time
do
purchase.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's $7 a month or just $7?
$7 flat.
Oh,
It's
One-
7 flat. I'm
one
already
time-
sold.
One-time purchase.
yeah.
Already done.
Oh, I
But
thought that
once
was
you-
I thought that was a month.
No.
Once
it's
you
a
have what
flat
happened to Mark,
flat.
you're going to pay $7 for this.
The other thing is if you buy it on mobile, you have to pay in both places.
That's
for
a
their
separate
mobile
application. Yeah.
app and their
dumb.
online app.
That's bull.
Gotcha.
Well,
That's
it is.
weird.
It
You can't
is.
just use the same login.
No,
Probably
it does mention when you buy it that you have to buy it in both places if you want it in both places. But
So,
also it's a flat fee.
No, but I think I heard what Chris said. And maybe I didn't. If you do it on mobile, can you see it on the computer and vice versa?
I don't think so. I think they're
I don't know.
I think they're completely disconnected.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
All right. So now, since we're getting a handle on this, and I have to find a better way for me to function also, because like I said, I can't function with that many tabs open. That's my
Like
brain.
I said, I don't think that's going to be an issue when you get into the campaign that you purchased on Roll20.
Right.
I think all that's
Right.
going to be in
Right.
Roll20.
And we are going to be doing, and what is the name of the campaign again, so we can tell people?
Abomination Vault.
Yeah.
Abomination Vault. That is what we're going to be doing, and the first episode should be the last Saturday of April, and that will be April
Oh, I got the calendar open.
April
right here.
30th. I want to say April 30th. Am I right?
29th.
29th, April 29th. That should be the first episode. So we're going to be playing that before that, somewhere during the month, whenever it works out best for us, and to release on that. So that should be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and see where we're at right now in characters. So I'm just going to start on the screen I'm looking at. I'm just going to work around clockwise on the screen I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the Twitch stream because I can't do that. So Ian,
Yeah.
what character are you? How much of you? Well, let's see. What character are you playing?
I'm ready to play tomorrow.
And you already have a backup character, right?
I'm already
He has
looking
3
at
backup characters.
So yeah, no, I'm playing a sorcerer just like I just played in the one shot, but a different bloodline is what they're called for sorcerers. It's the subclass.
What is the subclass again? I'm sorry.
This is going to be an aberrant bloodline.
Aberrant bloodline. Okay.
So that means he uses the occult spell list.
Okay. And what race are you?
I keep trying to say Kenku, but that's D&D. It's a Tengu, which is basically the same thing. It's like a Raven Crow type of race.
Raven Crow type. Okay.
Not quite the same.
Do you have a fly
Not
speed?
quite. It is not. I do not fly. However, my heritage of Tengu I took was a wave diver, which means he has a swim speed.
Ooh.
Oh, you bastard!
I love you.
I did that after the last session. I was like, swim speed. That sounds like it might come in handy.
Swim speed. Yeah. Anything swimming or
tell
flying.
I read that little backstory you sent out. That thing's hilarious. I was laughing.
I haven't yet a chance to read it yet.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
It's good. I like it.
And
It's
I think
3
one thing I
paragraphs.
saw about the Tengu is,
Yep.
as opposed to the Kenku, is they actually speak. They don't
Right.
have to repeat.
Well, D&D actually got rid of that part because they found people were not
that
playing.
was so annoying. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
When they redid the Monsters of the Multiverse, that book they just put out that redid a lot of the species and races, they got rid of that because a lot of people hated playing Kenku because of that.
Yeah,
Right.
That was so. I stayed away from that because of that. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ian, on a scale of 1 to 10,
Yep.
how well do you feel you are with your character?
I
One
think
being
the fact that I've been
one
playing
being your
sorcerer-
Chris, 10 being.
Oh, you can't use me as an
There you go.
example
Hear
anymore.
you.
I'm probably a good 8-9. I think I'm
Okay.
like I said. It helps that I've been
Also-
playing sorcerer for this one
Right.
shot.
Right,
Your
what's-
Chris is
what's
like,
up,
Let's not
Chris?
forget who kicked ass when it came time for his turn in combat.
You
Let's not use
did.
Chris's 1 here.
No. Hold on a second. No, I'm not talking about Chris for this one shot. I'm talking about Chris for the one we're getting ready to play.
How comfortable are you with your character?
How comfortable
The
are you
one
with
we're
your
about-
character
the
you're
campaign
going
we're
to
about
play?
6-7.
Oh,
See?
Okay.
I thought you said you were having trouble making it.
There's been conversation since then.
That was Wednesday, and now I've got Path Builder, and I'm pretty much done. I can play tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So
I actually
let's.
have a question for you of a couple things, like backstory wise.
So
for the most part,
first
I'm
of all,
ready to go.
what are you playing?
I'm doing a Goblin Gunslinger.
Goblin Gunslinger. Okay.
Which
Ryan, what's your
path are
question?
you taking?
Pistolero.
What is Stellaro?
Pistolero. Sorry, is it popping on you?
Yeah.
Pistolero
Yeah,
is
it's
essentially
Pistolero.
like a I don't know, like a how do I word it? Yeah, the pistol really just kind of like a duelist.
So
High
you're
noon
actually
sort of
using a
thing.
physical pistol.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 1d6 with a d10 deadly
Oh, God.
dueling pistol.
Okay. All right. All right. So what questions you got?
It's like it's general backstory stuff. Like once I got on Path Builder, it really wasn't that bad. I hate not having the book in front of me. That was the hardest part. I like tangible. I like the pages, and that was causing a lot of a headache for me right away. I know mine just I don't have it yet. It hasn't come in. I did order it, but
I'm telling you right now, I was
Yeah.
so happy when I got it in because, I do love, like if we were sitting at a table, I would love just having books just opened up. But man, I
yeah.
just don't have the physical space to be flipping around books on here.
Mhm.
I guess
All right.
I
So,
did have a question
yep.
for the group. Is anyone? Mark, I think it was you were a dwarf, right?
Yep, I'm playing a dwarf cleric.
Is your person hailing from somewhere? Because I wanted to use like buddies with a dwarf as part of my backstory.
Sure, I can hail from anywhere. I haven't even written that down.
Me neither. That's why I wasn't sure how far you had gotten into it.
No, I put the backstory story, but I didn't put like where I'm from. So if you
Yeah,
want
right.
to come up with a
Tangible
city,
places.
I'll just put them from
All
that
right.
city.
I'll keep in touch with you for that then.
So on that thing that no, Rebecca sent out. I think
I sent
yeah,
it out.
Rebecca
Yeah.
sent it out. Like I don't physically have the module thing yet. It's
Mhm.
on the way. It was coming, like I said, since I live in Florida and Paizo is in Washington State. Of course, it came from Germany via Amsterdam.
And it's at my local game store.
Yeah, I probably should have just gone down to my local game store and tried to buy it. I said because I would have bought it from Paizo, so nobody yell at me. But it was going to be like 2 weeks earlier getting it from Amazon. Like, well, we want to start playing. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
I know it's in the United States now.
Somewhere.
That's what I know. The last I checked, it's in the United States, so I will be getting it. But that video that she showed, or that she shared with us, has a bunch of different places around, and I believe one of them
If
was
you
a
go to our-
dwarven.
Yeah. If you go to our
City?
Abomination Vaults chat, I put the map of the island that this whole thing takes place on.
Oh my gosh!
I put the image there.
By the way, Ian moved everything around on us. We're all pissed at him. So we can't
I
find
was like,
Jack
where is it now?
anymore.
So
Yeah,
Go to the
where is it
Pathfinder
now?
section.
He created
Abomination
a new
Vault.
filing system for our Discord.
He did. Oh, look at that! There's a map there. That's awesome looking. Look at that.
yeah, my coworker who listens to the podcast, she said, "Oh, I see your private Discord is where all the fun happens." I said, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So,
No, it's not where all the fun happens. Where all the bullshit happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that like there's a lot of places named in there, and I know that there's probably some text out there that says what everything is.
Yeah.
But that video, there's a little bit at the end, near the end. It's like a 2-minute section that'll basically says, "Hey, if you're, like this is what this place is. This is what that place is," and it does a quick little breakdown. I want to say one of the places was where dwarves were from. Does anyone remember that? Like you don't have to remember the name of it, but do you remember it saying something like that's where
I do
dwarves were
remember
from?
him saying that.
Okay.
No,
I know
actually,
that-
Bex, can you link that again? I don't know exactly where to find it, and I would love to watch it.
It was in Abomination Vault. It was No Nat One who posted it. It was
Oh, I love
very-
that guy.
Yeah, it was very informative.
Man, I have completely lost you guys. Now.
Find it.
Oh well.
Oh my gosh.
What do you mean?
where is it?
I was looking at you guys on
Here,
Discord.
I'll,
And I popped it out on Discord, and now it's
Oh,
I can't find it.
I just pinned it.
Did
No,
you
I mean I
find
can't
it?
find your faces. There we go. I can see your faces. I can see your faces now. Maybe I don't want to see your faces. Okay, so
Yeah. So I just
There
pinned
you
that
go.
video
Okay.
in the Abomination
Okay,
Vault.
good. So, yeah.
There we go.
And this
Okay.
plays before you start Abomination Vaults. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, at the beginning of it, like it tells you a lot about races or classes you could play, and then it gives like a breakdown of like the area. And I know that one of the places was like dwarves and stuff. So you guys can
Yeah.
get together and find out where you're from. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that
Yeah.
in what I get, there'll be more information coming, and I can put that out.
I know one of the things that he mentioned in there too is that the island's pretty diverse, especially with Absalom. Is like you could just be from Absalom,
Right.
and so on. So
Right. So, Chris, your gunslinger, what would it be related to D&D wise? If you were to say it's like a fill in the blank in D&D.
I mean, I guess you could be. It's kind of.
road to go down.
I'd say it feels super unique. That's kind of why I wanted to go with it.
All right.
Because I know that Matt Mercer had a gunslinger in one of the Critical Role ones.
Mhm.
I think he had something like that.
Well, that's because
I
they
just-
started
Yeah,
that
it was in the
campaign as a
first
Pathfinder game.
campaign
They
because
started the
it
game as a
was
Pathfinder game,
yeah,
and when
it
they
was
converted
conversion.
over to 5e, they didn't have a gunslinger, so he basically made that class.
yeah.
So is it
So I
kind
didn't
of
know
a
any of that.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
I didn't-
Is it kind of a
I've never
mixture
listened to or
of
watched Critical Role?
is it kind of a mixture of ranger and what's the tinkering one?
Inventor?
Artificer.
Artificer?
Oh, Artificer, right?
Is it something like that or not?
Not really.
No.
Like,
So you don't
like-
make guns, right?
Oh, I have one. That's just what I use. It's dude, it's like an old timey western, like bandito. Like it's just my class feat. I get 10 paces. So whenever initiative gets rolled, I can move a free 10 feet.
Oh.
So from
And then-
my understanding, like reading about the class a little bit, like and just kind of inferring about the world in general, is engineering isn't uncommon, I guess. Like basically one of the things about the class is like in your downtime, like you might be able to make a living as an engineer working with mechanical devices, and people kind of assume that you're good at tinkering with things and fixing like engineering type problems. So, unlike D&D, it seems like in the world, engineering stuff is a bit more common. Where in D&D, a gunslinger's like, whoa,
Right. So we're not at the level of like steampunk,
right?
but we're not at the D&D level where everything's hack and slash, but then somebody has a gun.
That's my
It's
understanding.
in between those.
When I was listening to the class stuff, the inventor sounds a shitload like it's all steampunk stuff.
Yeah.
But it's not like
that
a
that
right.
feels extremely steampunk to me.
Right.
But the world itself
inv-
isn't steampunk. It's like a pre-steampunk
Right, yeah,
era.
yeah.
kind of.
Okay, so
Right.
it's in between D&D and steampunk.
That's kind of
say
my
so.
imaging and my
Okay.
understanding.
All right, so Chris, you got any worries about your character then? You're good?
That I'm gonna die after playing that last game. My God.
Well, I think okay, so if we back up a little bit, I think that what that last game tells us is you guys have got to wipe your mind of D&D. You can't okay, I'm going to charge in, I'm going to get Nick something, I'm going to attack it because you can get freaking killed doing that. Like you've got to say, is it wise for my character and my class and my hit points and my AC to do that? Whereas, it could be rough for you. All right. So, okay, cool.
Actually,
So
before we move on,
yep.
it's 15 gold pieces, I think, to buy whatever you need to start with.
Yes.
Mhm.
Right,
Yes.
that's what I took away from
Yes.
that. Okay, and that's what I
Yeah.
use there. And actually, Ian might have the
Is there
best
the-
answer for this one.
The class
Is there a? That's exactly what I was looking for. There's something special
Yes.
for everyone to kind of do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
To get,
actually,
rather.
in Path Builder, there is an item called a kit. I think it's alphabetically under kits for classes. It's a look in and I think there may be like a gunslinger kit, and it's like the standard stuff,
Add
like
gear.
adventuring stuff. Hold on, I've got Path Builder.
So it's like adventuring stuff
Yeah.
and a gun.
Yeah.
There's
Well-
there's
There's not one for thaumaturge.
So the gear,
There
from
isn't?
my understanding, the kit stuff is basically like an adventurers pack and all the stuff that comes in
Right.
that, plus
Yeah.
the stuff that comes with your class. But it doesn't
Right.
include your weapons and stuff for that type of
That's
stuff.
so weird. There
Um,
is kits, but not a gunslinger kit.
Yeah. There's not a
Interesting.
thaumaturge kit either.
So what I would do in that
'Cause
case,
there's
I would just
different
look it up on
kits.
Archives of Nethys and say,
like,
like,
4 different
is there a
levels.
kit to find there? That's what I did anyway, was like check
Alright.
Archives of Nethys and say I start with this thing, this thing, this thing, and this thing,
Yeah.
and then put them in my
Yeah.
inventory, kind of a
Yeah.
thing.
From
Okay.
what I'm looking at and reading too, like gunslinger thing is not really like it's an overpowered gun as much as it's figured out black powder, like I don't know, like when the samurais were around in China. Like it's
Yeah.
just very rudimentary. It feels like because it's a
Right.
1d6 weapon, and unless you're critting with it, it really doesn't do much extra than just a 1d6. It could be changed out for a crossbow pretty quickly.
Right.
so
a lot
it's-
of
yeah.
the features work with a crossbow too.
Honestly, it just sounds cooler. I think is really the big draw to it.
It sounds almost exactly like, instead of saying, "Oh, we're going to just reskin this," they've already reskinned it
Right.
Yeah.
and they've changed it slightly. All right, cool. Yeah. So next, who was the next I had on here? Cole, what are you playing?
Yeah. So, what I am most comfortable with right now is a swashbuckler. I'm planning on playing a martial frontliner regardless. And so I think a swashbuckler, one, fits that role. And two, depending on what we need as a group, I could either go like skills to be more like the face of the party or more like a scout of the party. And both fit in perfectly with the swashbuckler.
So is a
confused.
swashbuckler sort of? It sounds like it's sort of bard-ish.
So not really. There's no magic involved.
Okay.
But think pirate. Like
Oh, that
you-
was the first thing that came to my mind. And then I
yeah,
kind of said,
it's-
"Well, it can't be
It's
that."
basically somebody who's very charismatic, and like all of it is geared towards like intimidating or like knocking your opponent off balance. One of the class feats is called like a bon meat or something like that, where basically you insult somebody. And so it's like that type of stuff. And it's all about the way it's described is fighters care about what you're doing, and swashbucklers care about how you do it.
Their pool of
Oh.
special points is called panache.
Yeah, you can gain panache and expend panache to do more damage. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of the direction that I'm planning on going in. If I had to play it today, like I'd probably be an 8 on how comfortable I am and
Okay.
knowing kind of what benefits I get based on different actions and stuff. I do have a character made for it already. The one thing that I just wanted to talk to the group about was kind of what direction do I need to go in with my skills, essentially, like what kind of character, and depending on what happens there, then I'll change my background accordingly. So
let me just back up for 1 second. So Ian, your character, what is their main attribute? Strength,
Charisma. It's
Charisma.
sorcerer is actually it's very close to what you would think as a D&D sorcerer. It's just the mechanics.
Okay, so
are a
you're
little
you're charisma based, Chris.
I am dexterity based.
Dexterity. Okay, so Cole is looking. You said yours can be charisma based, or it can be something else.
So it's dexterity based, but it dips into charisma a lot.
Gotcha.
So any of the I think it's 2 or 3 of the different ways you can, or paths you can take as a swashbuckler, require like charisma checks to gain panache. And so charisma is your second stat as a swashbuckler.
Dude, whatever you need for more panache. You know. I'm just picturing. I'm picturing Christopher Walken saying, "I need more panache."
FYI, my charisma.
I got a fever.
My charisma is
got a
going to be
fever.
the opposite of charisma of his. My guy is like nutty. Like he says it in his in the write-up, I said his brain is broken.
Okay. In that case, I'll probably play I'll probably build towards diplomacy, because deception is built into my class as is my first thing I'm gonna max. So I'll
Okay.
probably build the diplomacy route.
All right, cool.
Cool.
All right, so next up, Mark, what are you doing?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I think that's a lie.
No, seriously. I mean, I
believe
have
you.
my character built, okay, but
Yeah.
and I'm reading all these little bits and pieces all over the place. But I think I have it built correctly, but I can't be 100%, right? So I know at first level you get 5 cantrips and you get
Well,
2.
first of all, what
first
kind of
level
character
spells.
are you building?
Oh, sorry. Didn't I mention it before? Anyway, I'm a dwarven cleric.
Dwarven cleric. Okay.
I'm taking war priest
Okay.
as a doctrine.
And is war priest more of a fighting cleric than a casting clerik?
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanted to go something that I played before in D&D and
Mm-hmm.
thought I'd be familiar with, but just building the cleric is kind of difficult because, and I'm sure Rebecca can contest to this, but you have to pick your god because your god gives you stuff, and there's like 100 and some gods, so good luck. And then
Right.
and
I
so
mean, it's a lot. You have to figure out like what kind of font, like what
yeah, there's healing font and harm font
yeah.
based on how you want to build your character. What do you want them to do, right?
Right.
So, and what I didn't know when I built this character originally, and then I realized after I had already built it, charisma is actually the secondary attribute. So. Charisma is what gives you extra spells for your font.
So far, that means we have 3 characters so far that are going to be kind of charisma based.
No, right now I have -1 on my charisma because for one thing, I thought it was my dump stat. Okay.
Sorry, what I meant to say was so far we have 3 characters who are supposed to be charisma based.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's why I'm so messed up right now, and so I need to fix it somehow. But I really don't want to give up what I have. You know what I mean? Is it really worth it to get more spells when I built my character the way I want it?
So we talked about it a little bit. All I've seen, and between me and Ian, we came up with 2 different things. All I've seen is no matter what you're doing, whatever your character is based in, like if you're is cleric. What is cleric? Wisdom based?
Wisdom, yeah.
As long as your wisdom is 18, your character will be fine.
It's 18.
As long as your wisdom is 18, your character is going to be fine.
Okay, good. Because
There's different ways to skin a cat, but if you deliberately say, I am a wisdom based character and I'm not going to put an 18 in wisdom, you are already hamstringing yourself.
Okay, and then
everything else is just how you want to do it.
Okay, and so I wrote down all the reasons why I had to have different things. Because once I build it, following all the rules that I had in my head or could see, I couldn't figure out afterwards how I build it. Like if someone asked me, why do you have this bonus here? I couldn't remember why I had it. And so I wrote it down, that I'm blessed, I'm a forged dwarf, I have unburdened iron, I have healing font, I have war priest, I have shock block or shield block. And my deities is Kols, okay? And,
wait, hold on. What's the deity's name?
Kols, Kols.
Kols. I just want to go down here. I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the deities just so I can just see.
And what's really nice is I have a Kohl's credit card, so it should give me bonuses.
Did you get some Kohl's cash?
Exactly. I got some Kohl's cash.
Exactly.
And really, having 15 gold to start with is sinful. That is so hard to build a character with 15 gold.
No, stuff is pretty cheap, actually. The value of gold is very different in this game than it is in D&D.
So if I remember right,
I'm greedy.
Is your character an oath keeper?
Oath keeper.
Was that what it was?
No,
war priest.
I'm a war priest.
Okay, because I remember. Okay,
no,
so why did you pick Cole?
Cloistered or war priest?
Yeah.
Why did you pick Cole?
Well, it gave me wisdom, a bonus for wisdom.
Strength and wisdom. Yep.
Yeah,
and a lot of them give you.
And I know they do, but I just picked one. I just went with
Okay,
that.
but Right, but so what do you? So let's. What do you want your character to be? Like,
Right.
what is his thing? What is
Well,
his?
Look at like their creeds and their athemas and
right,
Right,
right.
because
So there's athemas that are involved with the deity, right? So
right,
if you look at the Coles online here, uh, the athema, where is it?
Anathema.
Anathema. Thank
anathema.
you.
So his edict to seek those that break oaths and enforce just restitution, uphold your promises.
That's
And
yeah,
the,
yeah,
and the anathema is lie, dishonor yourself or your family, shirk your duties, break an oath.
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So basically, I don't lie. And
Mhm.
and I don't like people who do.
Well, I lie, so this is gonna be fun.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I know that it is a dwarven god, but does that matter to you? And is there a god that would be better towards what you want to do?
Probably, but I've already built my whole background about it. I think I'd like to stick with it because it adds flavor. So
It's,
Okay.
it's two ways to do it. You either build a character and then write the backstory to do it, or you build the backstory first and then you build
Right.
the character.
Okay.
right,
That's fine.
On that
right.
way.
So I'm pretty much done unless there's something broken. I'm gonna probably stick with what I have.
As long as you've got, yeah. I mean, you're gonna. The thing is, we're gonna be finding out real fast whether something's broken, and I think as long as you've got an 18 in your primary stat, you should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I should be okay then.
Okay.
But yeah, I did take a rare background, and I talked to you about that.
Right. And
So it's
describe
blessed.
what your background was.
It's called blessed. I have been
Mhm.
blessed by a divinity. Uh, Irrespective of actual beliefs, the deity has granted me a boon for good or ill. Your blessings grant wisdom and insight to aid you in your struggles. You may or may not even know the deity, the identity of the being who blessed me, and the blessing might come with the cost you discover later on. So choose two ability boosts. So wisdom or charisma, and one free ability boost. And then you're trained in a lore skill associated with the deity who blessed you. But I picked the same deity that is my deity, so I still got those anyway.
That's fine.
So it
That's
didn't
fine.
add anything there. And then either you can cast guidance as a divine innate spell at will, or you can gain a similar blessing determined by your GM. So I just picked guidance as my thing,
Right. So he gets guidance innately, and he can do it all the time.
which is a cantrip anyway. I could have picked guidance.
Guidance is different in this than D&D.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
Right. And he's
Look at
giving.
that.
You're giving up. He's giving up the another boost. Right. Is that what we decided? Because I think all of them are two specific ones and another one.
Mhm.
You're just getting two specific ones and guidance.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that was the
Yeah.
only weird thing about my character, and that, like I said before in chat, I have no problem changing my background.
No, it's up. This is your person. That's why I'm saying if you're building, did you pick the background and then decide what you wanted his background to be, or did you come up with the background you wanted for the character and then try to find a background that fit him?
My backstory, you mean?
Backstory, excuse me.
All right. So the background came first, then I created the backstory to match it.
Gotcha.
Backstory
main
came
thing,
last.
Mark, the main thing, Mark, is we want to make sure you're playing something that you want to play and aren't resulting in a traxy bag situation where
my
you
God.
chose the first thing that came up and is like, I'm going to play this. And then like 3 sessions in, you're like, I hate this.
Well, it all depends on what Jim does to me.
Jim is
Yeah,
always
because-
going to twist the knife.
Exactly.
I am going to.
Yeah,
Exactly. I
at
kinda
the
opened
GM's
myself up.
discretion,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the fun part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
GM never leave something to the GM's discretion because
I
you're
feel
screwed.
attacked. I feel attacked here. Yeah,
But it's
the only
truthful.
thing, right? So especially since you're a devotee, we just have to make sure that we're using the where is it? Like the edicts and anathemas.
Yeah. And it's
So
pretty.
those are
Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say like in D&D, it's just kind of like oh, this is like a suggestion or a maybe. Like this is in Pathfinder, I feel like it's pretty firm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's firm. If
You
I
can l- yeah,
if
you
I
could
break
lose your ability to cast.
exactly, I was gonna say that. If I break these rules, my god just says bye bye, and I
Mm-hmm.
can't cast any spells. I'm like,
Ooh.
none of my divine spells will work. So
See, you'll see when you read mine. My character has religion involved in his backstory, and I put it in there, but it's like it doesn't mechanically affect my actual character.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay. So, Mark, you feeling pretty good about it? Is there anything you need to work on, or?
well, like I said, I was going to change it up so charisma would be better, but it won't. I already get a -1 on my charisma because I'm a dwarf. If I
Right. And
probably wouldn't have picked that race if I would have known that charisma was important for a cleric. I never, because I come from D&D, I'm like, oh, wisdom,
well,
and
just
then
because, yeah, you're a dwarf that is a cleric. There are dwarf clerics.
yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying that if I was going to try and max them out, I would never
Oh,
pick out a dwarf.
okay. Look, I don't think that we got a lot of min maxers here, so we're just gonna do whatever you can do and enjoy yourself. And if you die, you die. Make a backup character too.
I'm not.
I
I know we're gonna.
Wow.
There's a better chance of us dying in this thing, but it was hard for me to create a character. I had there was a lot of stuff that was brand new. So for me, just figuring out how many spells I got for all the different things and what is a focus spell? It's like
Right.
and
I'm still
things
trying
like
to
that.
wrap my head around that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
So
focus spells to me just seems like this is a special spell for you, and you can, if you take 10 or 15 minutes, you get to do it again.
right,
Right.
but where do they apply for clerics? And I finally figured it out. There's actually a feat that I can take that gives me a focus spell, and it has to
Right.
come from the domain of my god.
Okay.
And it's basically worthless with coals. So I'm not gonna take that feat.
Okay. Hey, this is your character. That's fine. I mean, this is you do what you want to do.
Yeah, I made it hard on myself. I might have painted myself in the corner, like Cole was saying. I might, yeah. But anyway,
It's up to you. Up
We
to
got
you.
time. You can
I do
change
look
it.
up to
Yeah.
Cole, so having Cole's as my god is kind of appropriate.
Oh, God. Well, you look up to him because he's 6'5". So
Well, I have to. I have to.
you have to look up to him.
Unless I'm standing on a ladder, I'm looking up to Cole.
That's right. Okay. Let's try Rebecca. How you doing with your character, Rebecca?
okay, so I am playing a cat folk thaumaturge.
Catfolk thaumaturge. Can you explain thaumaturge for us in one sentence?
Monster hunter.
Monster hunter. Okay. Okay.
That
But
is-
isn't if I remember correctly, because that's one of the few ones I know about.
yeah.
Isn't thaumaturge? Aren't they able to like change their damage, like at will?
Okay. So
basically?
what they can do is they have what gosh. It's called what they can do. It's in action. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to open up my book.
Oh no, more flipping. Go ahead.
Yeah, just deal with it. Because it is a lot. So if you ask me, am I ready? I'm about a 6 because it's a lot. Okay, it's called exploit vulnerability,
Mm-hmm.
and once per round, I can try to figure out my opponent's vulnerability, and you scour your experiments in learning to identify something that might repel your foe. You retrieve an object from your esoterica. That's the thing. I collect little like bones from a saint and things like
Trinkets.
that. And apparently that's what my character does. Is just collect occult items
Okay.
Relics.
and relics. And apparently I carry them around in a bag and I
Nice.
use these things. Yeah. I mean, and especially
What you got in the bag there? Oh,
oh, just bones from
What's
a
in the bag?
saint.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. So,
What's in the bag?
and select a creature you can see and attempt an esoteric lore check against a standard DC for its level. And as you retrieve the right object from your esoterica and use your implement to empowerment. So there are like 9 implements to choose from, and I can only have 1 at first level.
Okay.
And at the end, I can only have 3 out at one time.
So when you do this,
yes,
is this like an action or is this like a one-time thing?
it's an
or-
action. It's an action. I can do it once per round.
Okay.
And I can have a success, a failure, a critical success, or a critical failure. Yeah,
Okay.
so you can have fun with this too.
Yes, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
I have one
So-
question for you.
What's that?
Do you have a healing cannon?
No. But I do have a feat. I did pick up a feat for us.
I have 2
And
feet.
I have 2 feet.
Boom.
And
But
later
I
I
think
could
fun.
grow wings. I don't know if I
Mhm.
mentioned, but I'm a
Root
kobold.
to life.
Oh,
This is a feat I have. You spend 2 actions in. Let's see. It says you place a small plant or similar symbol on an adjacent dying creature, immediately stabilizing them. So that's a
and
feat
that takes
I
2
have.
actions?
Oh, that's 1 action. If you spend 2 actions instead of 1, you empower the act further by uttering a quick folk blessing, chase away ongoing pain, and then let's see, attempting flat checks to remove each source of persistent damage. See, Cole could have used this today.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I didn't have any persistent damage on me.
but
Other
due to
than the
particularly
chomping
effective
action?
assistance, the
That's not
DC is
persistent damage.
10 instead of the usual 15. So it's a lot. I will have to make many note cards.
Okay.
She's going
So-
to drive you insane, Jim.
Yeah,
Yes.
she is.
I read
She
a little
is.
bit on the thaumaturge, and my mind was like bent around in shape. So I
Oh,
was like,
I
Jim's
have
gonna
been
hate
reading.
her.
I had
Really?
to go when I decided I was going to play this. I went to the store because I went on Archives and Nethys, and I was like, "There's no way." And I went to the store and I bought the book, and I've been reading it every day, and
Okay.
it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a
Okay.
lot. So
All right. So, Cole, I thought I heard you say something. We didn't talk about what was your race again?
Yeah, I'm a kobold.
Nice.
really,
Yeah, I'm playing a kobold.
wait a minute. Okay, I didn't. Okay, so again, we're not. There's no humans.
Correct.
So
don't
we've
like-
Ian, you said you were a
Tengu.
Tengu. Chris,
Goblin.
Goblin. Mark,
Dwarf.
Dwarf. Doran, Cole is a
Kobold.
kobold, and Rebecca is a
Catfolk.
catfolk. Okay.
I'm
Are
very cat
kobolds
lady,
like
for real.
dogs?
No, they're
No,
little
they're-
dragon, little
Yeah,
lizard people.
tiny
Oh, those are.
dragons.
Oh,
Tiny
okay.
dragons.
Yeah.
What's more
They're
like
not
a dog?
dragonborn, but
There are. I don't.
No,
there's like
there
jackal
is-
type. I can't remember
yes,
what it's
there
called
is.
though.
Kitsune?
I was just thinking it'd be funny if we had a dog
I
and a
think you're
cat
right. I
and a
think it
group.
is a
Kitsune are the little
kitsune.
fox people, right?
Right, and I think that's what the dog type people in
Yeah.
Pathfinder are.
No,
That's their-
no,
Well-
the kitsune, they're the little fox people, right?
There's
No,
like
we-
an actual like
that's an
jackal
ancestry.
head one.
Yeah.
That's an
We
answer.
already have a bird and a cat, so that should be fun.
Yeah. Look, we've already had the Sylvester and Tweety moment.
That's right. That's right.
Very interesting.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who is the front line?
It's me, Rebecca, and a little bit of Mark.
Okay,
A little bit? Come on. I'm a war
Okay.
priest.
war priest. Okay, who is the? What about like rogue like abilities? Who would be taking over that responsibility?
I can
A
do
very
some
high
rogue
thievery.
Yeah,
Chris, you
is
said you have
actually
high thievery
really
too?
good.
Yes, I have very high thievery.
Oh, okay. Like what? Like what is it?
It's a +7 to thievery.
Oh
Okay,
gosh.
So he can take over that.
Okay.
And
So
I
I
can go
don't-
into either thievery or stealth
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
You got a +7 to stealth too.
All right. So, oh, really? Yeah, you basically are a thief. So, as far as people
That's what
who
I'm
do
saying.
not,
It was like Bandito. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like kind of like a outlaw.
Who's gonna
So is
open, find traps and open up things?
Okay, so because I could have
That'll be
built
something
mine either way,
I'll have to look
but
into.
I thought we needed a marshal, so I built mine more marshal
We
than.
did.
We need frontliners. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing.
so
Is like
that's how I
basically,
built mine as
And
a
then-
marshal.
yeah.
Healing. Mark is also our healer, right?
Yeah, well, he's a
A
cleric.
little bit.
He's correct.
I-
I'm also,
I-
I'm also,
Oh my god.
I'm
also
like,
trained.
hey,
Yeah,
I'm
when
half
you
and
said
half.
Warfare,
don't
he's
get too
like-
pushy here, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Like
get too
when I was
pushy.
gonna
I
be
can
cleric,
heal
I
ya.
was going full cloister.
I'm also
so
trained.
I was like,
I'm also trained in medicine, so
Oh,
I can
good.
provide some
Good.
some
Okay.
That'll help.
medicine.
That'll help a
All
lot.
right. So
And hopefully we'll find some potions because we'll need them.
never.
Or buy them.
Or we
Well,
could
the
buy
nice thing is, in a module, they're going to give you all kinds of stuff.
them. Oh, okay. Unlike
Right.
you.
I think you'll be fine with that. Unlike me. Whoa.
what did come out of my mouth this time?
Spicy.
He likes to make
Not
you
out of my mouth.
needy.
I want you needy, exactly.
Or dead.
So
Or
so is it just Cole and Chris that do not cast spells?
I don't
Yes.
cast spells.
Oh, you don't cast spells either.
Rebecca's Thaumaturge is technically not a caster.
Nope.
Oh, I was thinking Thaumaturge was a caster.
I know.
I thought it
Everybody,
was
no,
too,
they're
yeah.
not. We're kind of skill monkeys. We do a lot of lore checks.
But Chris, you said you do not cast spells either?
No. No spells.
So
Okay.
we just have two of us.
Just me. Yeah. Cleric and sorcerer, two casters.
Oh, that's
That-
just the
that
SC
guy.
Oh, wow. Okay, but you're planning on putting Mark up in the front line?
Yeah.
He's not in a. Yeah. He's
I'm a war
cleric.
priest.
He's a war priest.
All right.
like
So
that's
my job.
what kind of spells do you cast?
Who are you talking
Hopefully
to?
some healing ones.
Mark.
Well, I have 2 heals
Uh-huh.
that I take at first level.
Mhm.
And then I do a bunch of cantrips. I have Daze, Detect Magic, Disrupt Undead, Divine Lance, and Stabilize.
Okay.
And plus my bonus spell from my background, which was Guidance. So all
Okay.
those I can cast all the time. And then, like I said, I just have 2 first level spells. But I
So
can
it's not
pick...
offensive magic. It's mostly support and healing magic is what
Right.
he's doing.
Yeah. I don't know why Unseen Servant, that I guess Coles gives me that. So that was kind of weird.
Okay.
And it's not even a cleric spell, but because Coles is my god, he gives me that spell.
Right. So if you guys were going to be, I don't know, walking through a 10-foot wide corridor, what would your marching order be?
Probably.
Who would be in the
my-
front?
I would be in the front probably with Rebecca's character.
What is your AC?
Mine
Mine?
is
Mark.
18.
I mean Cole.
Mine's 18.
18.
Okay, 18. Okay, so then who would be in the second line?
I would be
I would
second,
be.
probably.
All right. So it'd be Mark and Chris would be in the second line.
Yeah. And
then
actually, I have a 19 AC if I have my shield up.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I have a
yeah.
19 AC if I have my buckler or dueling cape out.
Right. So just remember, so when you guys are going through, like I'm going to make sure, like especially when we get into like, okay, we're in a dungeon. Tell me what you're doing. You can't walk through a dungeon with your shield up.
Sure.
You can't.
Like that's not a thing.
Why not?
So when
You can say
You
I
can't.
walk into the, I raise my
cannot.
shield and
Look
walk
at the
into a
defend
room.
act. You move at half speed. There's
Right,
a
yeah,
defend
you-
act.
you can, but you move at half
In
speed.
the front line with your
Yeah.
shields, you can. I will never
Right.
have. A
It's more
shield.
like
I have,
you state when you
always
enter a
have to have
room.
a free hand.
It's like
Right.
when you enter a room, I'm entering the room with the shield.
with
up.
my
That's-
shield up. Yeah. So you have to say that. We have to
Right,
get used to
right.
doing that because otherwise you don't have it. Plus, we're going to make sure like we all know like, hey, we're in a dungeon. Like I think maybe the first thing I'll do is okay, this is like a potential where we're going to have, in the combat area. What's everyone carrying? Like what's everyone have out? Because if you don't have the right thing out, you either have to put it away and draw something else,
Right.
which is 2 actions, or you have to drop it on the ground.
Anything you don't prepare before the initiative starts is stuff you're going to be spending actions on after the initiative starts.
Right.
Can I inscribe my god on my shield so I don't have to whip out a put something away to get out my holy symbol.
What does it say for Pathfinder for holy symbols? Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't
I
looked
thought
at
it
it.
had
You're
to be like a
constantly
little
answering
holy
with
symbol.
questions. PF2E.
What he's
See,
telling
'cause
you
I'm
is
a-
he's
I
not
I'm a
making
may
teacher.
decisions.
change
He's
my
not making decisions.
heritage.
I'm a
He wants you
teacher.
to-
I may change my heritage. That's the only thing I may change.
That's what I'm thinking. Is holy symbol a thing in Pathfinder?
Right. Is it a thing
Yeah.
in Pathfinder?
Okay, I got it. In Reddit, it says, can a cleric wielding a shield with their holy symbol on it cast spells without a free hand? It says, I get the impression that most everyone reaches the conclusion they can.
But is this a Pathfinder thing you're
I was
looking
gonna
at?
say, are you looking at
No.
Pathfinder rules, or that sounds a whole like how D&D works?
He's on Reddit.
I'm in
said.
Reddit.
Right,
That's
but
what I
That's
started
not a
with.
Pathfinder
Are you
rule.
on the Pathfinder
So-
Reddit?
So
No.
just from the
No.
archives of Nethys, a religious symbol, it doesn't say holy symbol, but it says religious symbol, is a piece of wood or silver emblazoned with an image representing a deity. Some divine spellcasters, such as clerics, can use a religious symbol of their deity as a divine focus to use certain abilities and cast some spells. A religious symbol must be held in one hand to use, but it could be wooden. I mean,
I have a wooden shield, so.
No.
it's
It's not going to be the same thing. It's going to be its own thing.
So whenever I cast, I'm going to have to switch out my sword or my shield for my holy
Yes.
symbol.
That's what it sounds like. It is its own thing. It is a thing, which is because it says has to be held in your
Yeah,
hand.
read your section in your class under
Yeah.
divine spell casting. It describes when you need a symbol, when you need you usually have to hold a divine focus, such as a religious symbol, for spells requiring material components instead of needing to use a material component pouch. It's basically if it has material components, a religious symbol can be replaced instead of. If you're just casting verbal spells, you don't need it. If you're just casting somatic, you don't need it. You have to. It's spell by spell basis.
Oh, so if I just do the one action version of heal, it's just somatic.
Right.
And if
You don't-
if I do the two version, it's verbal and somatic. The only time I need material is if I use the 3 action heal.
Exactly.
That's like the group heal thing, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, as long as you have 2 actions, I don't understand completely why you would use a 1 action heal instead of a 2 action, unless all you have is 1 action left.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess.
I agree.
Yeah, because it's one of so you have 2 spells you can cast, right?
Correct.
Not counting your what do you call them?
Well, I have the healing font, so I actually have 3 spells I can test. I got my 2 regular spells for first level, plus my healing font, which can only be a heal. So
Is a healing font your focus spell?
No, focus is separate. Healing font is different than focus.
It's a separate pool of things that the cleric gets.
Yeah.
Oh, so what does healing font do?
So healing
divine-
font gives me
divine
my heal. It gives me 1 extra spell at my highest level, and it has to be a heal.
Oh,
If it was a
okay.
harm font, I'd have to pick a harm.
So when you become 2nd level, you get your spells plus 1 2nd level heal.
Correct.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
So I have a heal. I can pick any 2 first level spells for my spells for the day when I prepare my spells.
Right.
But then I'm stuck with them for the day. But my bonus spell is always a heal.
Always a heal. Okay, so, and Ian, for your spells, I don't know how they work in this for you. Do you have to prepare exact spells, or is this you're one of the ones that you can like?
I'm what's called a spontaneous caster, which means it works kind of the same way as D&D, where I don't have to prepare every day. Any spell I know is available to me at all times. The trade-off is I know less spells than
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured it'd have to be something like that. So how many spells do you start off with?
My character has 5 cantrips and 3 first level spells.
Oh, you got more than. Well, you got the same number as Mark does.
Yeah, level 1. Yeah, it's just its scale's probably different.
Gotcha. Okay.
Probably scales at a slower rate.
Okay. All right. So we know that. So Mark is going to be doing healing, and I think Ian, you said you were going to be doing healing also.
I have healing available, but not magic healing. Like I will be doing healing through.
Right.
I will be having a. I have a healer's kit, and I'm
Gotcha.
trained in medicine.
Is anyone else trained in medicine?
Let's see.
Rebecca printed out 11 pages of her character sheet.
Shut up.
Which one has the medicine check
Y'all
on
just
it?
jealous.
I'm not. You're just
I
jelly.
am not jealous.
Y'all
I can
just
tell you that
jealous.
much. I am not jealous.
Not jealous of all the ink you just put out on there.
It ain't
Hey,
my.
Jen.
Hey, listen. It's the taxpayer.
Hey. Shh.
Quick question
It's
for you, Jen.
taxpayer.
Yeah.
While Rebecca's trying to find it, do you want our character sheets on Roll20, or are we okay with keeping them in Path Builder?
What if
I
we give
really
you
like-
copies of them? Because we
Okay.
can send you copies.
Right. That won't help me. If you put them on Path Builder, it associates it directly on there, and we could do it right on Roll20.
I am
Instead of
not
you guys
doing
trying to
this.
copy and paste everything else, you can do it right on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. It'll associate with your token.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I know it's not a perfect character sheet. It's way better than the crappy D&D ones are on Roll20. But it's not as good
Wait
as
a
the one
minute.
you have
I think you
on
said it wrong because you said Path Builder. If we use Path Builder, then it'll work with Roll20.
No,
No,
Path Builder
it
does
will
not
not.
associate
That's
with
not
it
what
at
he
all.
said? Okay, I heard
No.
it wrong
No,
then.
I may have said it wrong. It's
No, you said it right.
Normally, you have D&D Beyond that links through it, and it
Yeah.
works great. But since we don't have D&D Beyond, Path Builder doesn't link through to it. So Path Builder gives you everything. I just wish it would link through to it.
We roll dice
somehow.
anyway,
I've
so
been
That's
Right.
the thing.
just
Yeah, we
cut
roll
and
dice.
paste from Archives of Nephis.
We're not going to be okay, but that's the one thing. You are not going to be able to do that during the game. We cannot do that again.
No, but
It-
I
making the
do
character sheet
that
in Roll20.
beforehand.
Right,
with
but
my
Copy pasting.
sheet.
what I'm saying
on.
is though, if you're going to have we have to have your character sheets because when you go on there and you click the spell, it will show up the spell,
Right.
Oh, it does?
and then we don't have any. Yeah, then we don't have to because it's right there on Roll20.
Okay, that's something
spell
I
will
don't know
pass
how
up.
to do.
But that's what I did is I took Archives of Nephis and I clicked all the information. I cut it already I copied it and I pasted it into the character sheet on Roll20.
You cut and copied and pasted what? 'Cause
From Archives
if
of
you,
Nephis and I put it
no,
into
I'm
Roll20.
saying what did you copy and paste?
the
text
spell.
of- the
So
text
But
when
the
you
spells
saw when
are
I did
on.
days,
The spells are on there.
well,
It's on.
I-
It's on the character sheet. You
No.
should be able to put the spells.
No.
Nope.
You can't
it's
put
just
the
spells
text.
in?
It's
You have
just
to
text.
enter the details of the spell.
Oh, it
It
doesn't,
doesn't
give it
have
to you
it
automatically.
doesn't give you
Doesn't give it to
anything.
you. Doesn't give you anything.
You have
I
to-
do all that.
You have to own the books in Roll20 to do that. All
That's
of the
why I
books
was
that you're
copying
using.
and pasting everything from Archives of Nephis.
All right.
This is
let's
what I
see.
was telling
Let's-
you. It
all right.
took
Hold
me
on
like
a
an-
second.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let's
Yeah.
back out of this shit. Hold on.
That's what I told you. It's a lot of work to create a.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and once again, that was the nice thing about Roll20 was I had access to all the books. So they have the core book on here.
Yeah, but and the thing is, we're pulling from so many different sources.
I
Like,
know. I'm just trying to
It's
see how
not-
much
The
these
only thing
cost
is
on
it
here.
calculates stuff, but
Right. So
But
so
the spell.
since I have my account through Paizo linked on here, instead of spending $60 for the core book, it's $35.
Yeah, but you don't spend more money.
Yeah, no.
no, don't
please.
spend more money on
No.
that.
But I just wonder if there's like
We
a
can cut and paste. It's not going to kill us.
You're it's not worth you spending probably what's going to be over more than $100 in source books for us to save.
Yeah,
an
I mean,
hour of
I'll just copy
pasting.
and paste. That's what I've been doing.
Once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And once it's in
Right.
there, like I've got my
I know.
sheet in there.
Yeah,
It's
I've got
done.
my sheet in there too. I'm
I've already
almost
done the
done
work.
with it.
right. I just wonder
So
if
to me-
there's a way to. Oh, that's wrong.
Right. The main reason that I ask is I know, like, in Path Builder to level up, all you have to do is change your level, and it does it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once
Right.
it's entered in the sheet on Roll20, it's the same thing.
So
It-
it'll
it-
update all those numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It still does all the updating. You just need to manually fill the fields.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a pain in the ass, what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always was going to be, but
Yeah.
All right. I just wish there was like a bundle on here. See how much the bundle was for them. I just don't know where to look because
it's
roll
just
20s.
it's just bad. When that D&D Beyond competitor actually launches, some functionality with Roll20, because it's what is it called? Rebecca, you've got it. The that site that is in beta.
Yeah. It's in
'Cause
the
it's
beta.
actually-
I've signed
That's
up.
the site that it's the guy who owns it is the guy who actually started D&D Beyond. After he left D&D Beyond and he formed this new company which is creating a D&D like product for a bunch of whole different role playing games, including
So it's going to work with
Nexus.
with
Yeah.
Pathfinder
Pathfinder?
Nexus is what it's
Yeah.
called. We don't know that for sure. The thing is that the whole system's still in beta. The only reason that it does link is because there's a third party that actually uses the APIs and pulls it through, which we're hoping if it's the same builders, there may be some
Right.
functionality.
I just don't understand why there's no connectivity between Path Builder and Roll20.
Because they're different owners.
Nobody's built the plugin for it.
No, what I mean is there's a plugin, and they were different owners too.
Right.
Because nobody's done it. So.
Right.
You know,
Nobody's done it.
because D&D Beyond was owned by a different person that
Right.
Roll20 was owned
But
by.
D&D
And there
Beyond
was,
also had plugs for for a third party to go in and pull certain things from. We don't know how Path Builder's built.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. All right. Yeah. See, I don't know how you could send me your character sheets otherwise. Like, I don't want Rebecca to send me an 11-page PDF. I'm not
I
printing
mean,
it.
I know
I'm not
Mark
looking at it.
posted his Path Builder, a link to his Path
Yeah,
Builder.
you can on the
character.
menu. You can make
I mean,
a shareable
I
copy.
can send a path builder thing in there.
So you can send like a link to it.
Yeah, share a
Yeah.
copy
Yeah.
of character. That's all it is.
Oh. All right. And you don't think we need it in? Do you guys? Well, somebody tell me. Do we need it in Roll20 or not?
I mean, you can go in Roll20 and look at you can
Well,
look at my
it's like you
character
said.
in
It's like you
Roll20.
said. If it is in Roll20, that is how to show the text.
Link it, right? Yeah,
And
link all the
Yeah.
spell
pop-
text and shit.
Pop the text in, but
That's the only thing we'd be doing is popping in stuff we put in ourselves.
Yeah.
So does it help anything being in Roll20?
Other than that, no.
no, because we've always been rolling dice.
Yeah.
And rolling
Yeah.
real dice, and that's the reason you set up a character sheet in the VTT is to make those dice rolls for you and have all the
Yeah.
information to make those.
And I can go
Okay.
in here and copy the text on stabilize, go to my Roll20.
That's
And
why I
it-
built that
and-
PDF I sent you, that 1-page PDF.
Well, I can
Of
paste
my-
it. I can paste it right in there, right? That's just
Yeah.
me copying from Path Builder.
So the other thing that's nice about Path Builder, from what I can tell at least, is the inventory system is much more similar to how it is built in D&D Beyond, where you can search for individual items and add the amount that you want, or put in a custom item. Whereas Roll20, it looks more like you have to type out the item and the notes and the descriptions and all that type of stuff instead of just having it right there. Because that was one of the main reasons why I was looking at using Path Builder was I like their inventory system.
Okay. So
Path Builder, I love Path Builder too because you can plan out.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the other thing with Pathfinder is the feats build on each other. So you can, if you actually look ahead, like you see the feats have requirements. So if you know you want to get to this point, you want to know to be taking the feats beforehand, and doing that kind of planning is really helpful.
right.
Yeah, so for example, like with my kobold, I realized that by the time I hit level 17, I could potentially have fully grown wings and a fly speed.
Oh,
And
geez.
I didn't know that at the
17,
beginning.
though.
Right,
Fuck.
exactly. Because like it's not until like level 8 where I get winglets. And at the time, I looked at this and I was like, oh, they're just like tiny wings. They give me an increase to my jump. And then when I looked ahead at, oh, there's this feat that builds on it that gives me a freaking fly speed. I was like, cool.
Right.
Okay, so how about this? For Path Builder, can you at least, let's just put in the basic information, like your name and your character name and all that jazz, and then maybe like your AC and your hit points
Well,
Yeah. And to
here's the
roll
thing.
20.
In roll 20.
in
yeah,
roll
put it-
20.
Yeah, that stuff is easy, and we
Mhm.
should
Yeah.
be doing that. So have
Right, and maybe like your stats.
Yeah,
Okay, let's do that, and then you guys do everything else in Path Builder.
sure.
That sound
Or
good?
your own character sheet or whatnot.
Or however you're doing it, yeah. So did everyone use Path Builder to make their character?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think we've all agreed that it is a good thing.
It's. I think it was $5.99. I already bought the thing.
There you go. Keep it.
Well, now that I know how to save my character,
Right.
That helps.
it helps.
That does help.
I put a keen into Path Builder, and then it got deleted because I didn't
The
save
other
it.
one would, yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. All right. What about you guys? Good with anything? I mean, what else do you guys need to talk about? You need to. Like I said, I don't know anything about the beginning of the adventure because I don't have it. I'm still waiting for it. My problem is I leave for New York City Tuesday morning, and it shows it coming Tuesday,
wow.
Well, just so
which
you know,
means I
I
won't
did
be able to get it for another week.
I did the calendar while we were talking.
Uh-huh.
Based
Oh,
based
that
on
reminds me.
based on you wanting to release on April 29th, we will record the first session of this April 7th.
Okay, let me take a look at this real quick where we're at here.
Well,
You already
hold
changed the
on.
calendar, right?
Okay,
Wait.
so
Hold on,
what's
hold on a second.
what's going
I
on,
feel like Chris is getting ready to say he's not going to be there one night. So
April 14th, I gotta take my son to a Red Sox game
Okay.
through school and stuff like that.
you've got to, or you get to.
I get to.
You get
Well,
to.
I meant yeah.
You
If it's
get
me,
to.
to.
if it's me, you got to. If it's you, maybe.
Right.
I'm
Okay,
not
so
a baseball fan, but it's something that he wants.
she
to
said
do,
April
so.
14th.
You're
Right,
not
that's
a
after we
baseball
recorded.
fan?
Okay, so let me see.
No, I'm not a baseball fan.
Oh my
I
god.
am
It's like the only sport I like.
for Fridays. All right, I will tell you that I cannot do the 28th of April. I just found out today that I've got to do something the evening of the 28th. We do a big distribution for our yearbook, and it's like a senior night thing at the football field, blah, blah, blah. The only night I can do is a freaking Friday night because every other night there's a game going on or something else.
All right. So,
So-
I'm putting
April 28th, I cannot record. And Chris, you said,
April
wait,
14th.
well, 14th is a Friday.
I've added that. I've added your out days onto the schedule. So
Okay. So in order for us to release, all right, so let me just see what you've got on here. So today is the 10th, right?
mhm.
Okay, so tomorrow is episode 1, which is the 11th. 18th is episode 2. 25th is episode 3.
Of the
So-
one shot.
Right. So you have us. Wait, why does it say this? Oh, yeah, the 17th I am out. I'm out of town. Duh.
Yep.
So we can't do it there. We come back. We're going to record 2 episodes on the 24th, which would be perfect because they don't come out till the next week.
Right.
That's 2 of those. 2 on the 31st, which would be fine. So that would. So do you have the release dates for all the rest of them up
Yep.
throughout?
Yep.
So
On
37.
Saturdays.
Oh, I see. You have us. You have us recording our first Pathfinder adventure on the 7th.
Right.
And then that releases on the 29th.
Correct.
Gotcha. And will that still give us time to? I think you don't have anything written down on Friday the 21st.
Right. I stopped on the 14th, but that's where I stopped on the recordings.
Right. Let's put the 20. If you could, let's put the 21st to make sure we know we have to do 2 episodes that time.
All right. So we're not recording anything without Chris.
Not record
And
what?
So the 14th, while
Not
Chris
me.
is out, we'll take that night off. Do 2 episodes on.
Right.
That's fine. All right, so that's
Or I can just kill off
41.
Chris's character and just record as many as we want.
You know what?
Like
That's
mine.
you can. Nico gets the axe, man. Who
There you go.
knows?
Bada boom, bada bing. He's gone.
I think it'd be a lot more
All right,
ironic.
so
if he got burnt,
21st
but-
on the 21st
There
we
you
have
go.
41. On the 21st, we're recording the episode 41 and 42, which will come out on the 6th and 7th of May. Are we
Yeah.
talking May already? Shit.
Yeah, we're talking May already.
And by the way, May 12th, Cole and I are busy.
All right, hang on. What? Let me.
What?
What?
Meanwhile, Rebecca's going to go to friggin' Disney 6 times between now and then, and we're
Well,
never
no,
gonna be able to
I'm
record.
like counting all these Fridays. I'm like, ooh, there's an Epcot day.
All right, so
there's
May
an Epcot
12th
day,
is Jim
there's
and
an
Cole
Epcot
out.
day.
This is great Twitch content we're making, by the way.
Oh yeah. We're still live
We're just
streaming.
recording. You guys can listen to it. This is us planning it out. It's not a big deal.
I can
I'm
turn
just
it
gonna-
off.
The sausage.
Yes, this is how the sausage is made. We got to figure out with everyone going places. I'm going to New York. Chris is going to a baseball game.
So, Rebecca, May 5th is a Friday. That's Cinco de Mayo. You're not going to be at Tequila's?
See,
I mean, I might. I mean, like, is everybody else going to be there? Because maybe.
Yeah,
I'll
everybody
go-
else looks to be there. That'll be the.
I mean, maybe I'll start in Mexico and do my tequila flight. So you
Oh
know.
my God.
Because other than that,
I
then we
mean,
will...
Flower and Garden Festival is going on right now.
Mhm.
See what you're keeping me from?
You can go tomorrow.
I can't. I'm getting an oil change.
Okay, whatever. How long does an oil change take?
It's only
Didn't
done in
realize
like
that was a
15 minutes.
Yeah, not at my local place.
it takes
them all day.
It takes a
'cause
lot
they'd
more
be
money
like-
than it used to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
The price of oil went up.
Yeah, the price of everything went up.
Okay,
And
so we said, wait, why did it say? Oh wait, that was. Oh God Almighty! There's so many months. There's so many months
Right?
in the year. You know that?
Right?
So many
it's
months.
like 12. I mean,
So many
They
months in the
seem
year.
to be adding more all the time.
They do.
it's like 12 every year.
You know what? You know what you guys could do next Friday?
Go jump
Go
in
to
a lake.
Epcot.
You guys could get. You guys could get on and run through
Do one
something with
shot.
your characters.
With
If
what?
somebody could do it, I won't be there, but you guys could do it.
With what?
What
What do you mean
character?
with what?
What
I'm sure
characters?
somebody could make something up.
Pathfinder characters.
What? Like warm them up? Like try them
Yeah.
out?
We keep
Try them out. Take them out for a test
Well,
spin.
there's one guy
Who's
here
gonna-
that
who's
would
gonna
probably be
run
able to
that?
do it. Ian.
Ian.
Um,
Ian.
uh,
Ian. We
what are
nominate
you volunteering me for? What?
You're
You're gonna do a one shot that's actually a one shot, and we're gonna take our
No, I
Pathfinder
wouldn't even call
characters
it a
through
one shot.
It's
I
a
would
half
Yeah,
shot.
one
I would
shot.
basically
and a
have.
counter.
It's
If
a
you
jigger.
could, yes, you could
A
have
limp
like
along.
here's our marching order. Here's a creature that's going to be like a hard combat for the characters. Start them like 50, 60 feet away and go.
We'll just keep on increasing it until
It's
we
an
all die.
encounter, yeah.
Yeah, and just an encounter.
Let's see how quickly we die.
Yeah.
Could you do that, Ian? So wait, hold on a second. So since they're first level characters, let's go to the book. Let's go to the book.
Why don't you
Yeah, we
just tell
don't
me the
have to
monster?
do this,
Yes.
by the
Why don't
way.
you tell me the monster and then I can
Okay, I'll find you a monster. Hold on.
find me a monster and I can run an encounter. We
Okay,
can do
so
that.
what we're gonna do
And we're
is
gonna
This one's
record
called
it
an
on
Ian.
Twitch.
we're gonna give them something
pull
that's
it
gonna
in.
be. So we're gonna give them something that could quite possibly kill them. How's that sound?
Why would you want to do that?
Well,
You're gonna just
Because I want you to see what your character can do and what your character can't do.
Why don't we not do this now and we can discuss this outside?
Yeah, why don't we have a Friday off and
Screw
enjoy it?
that. Oh my gosh, you guys are so weak.
How about that?
We're weak.
Whatever.
Oh my
Well,
god.
if
You
you don't want your
get Friday
characters
off.
Well, okay, I do. What does that mean? You should get Friday
Oh,
off.
there's that.
Why do you think you should get Friday off? All right. Okay, I was just thinking it would be something that you guys could
belong
do.
in management.
That would be fun. Yeah. So like you could try like a severe encounter, which would be 150 XP. Hold on a second. I'm getting this shit down here. 150 XP. And it's further ahead here. So just to give you an example, 150 XP for you guys would be something like party level +3 to party level +4. So in other words, if you had a creature that was a level 4 or 5 creature, then that would be something. You don't have to.
I
I'm
don't
just
know
thinking-
what that means, but yeah, sure.
I was just thinking running it through something and
If-
just grabbing a creature.
If you just send me the stats of the monster or a link to the stats,
Do you guys want to do that? You tell me. I'm not going to be there, so I'm.
No, I think that would be good for us to do a test run.
like I've got Roll20. I can DM. I can set up a quick map and a.
Yeah,
Are you
and
gonna-
I mean, just like one encounter, and do something that they should probably die from.
So we're not
Yeah.
recording or
Oh.
streaming it or anything.
No,
That's
this'll
up to you
be-
guys. If
That's very nice of you, Jim.
but if you want to like just record it, then I could just throw it out there for like the Discord, or I mean not for Discord, for
Patreon.
the patrons or something like that. It'd be simple to do.
We'll see.
That's
Maybe
up
I'll
to you.
forget to. Maybe we'll forget to start the recording bots accidentally.
Oops.
Just rub it in. Yeah, my
Some
forehead
Hold on a
hurts
second.
here.
Let me rub my nose here. Um,
There's benefits to video.
Right?
there it is. So if you guys want to, I'm just saying that it would give you a chance to at least try out your characters and say, hey, let's see what, the frontliners, if they charge into battle like Ian usually does and they get wiped out, That's up to you.
Okay.
You're trying
But-
to, that's what we call shifting.
It is.
I don't know. I think Cole and Ian are doing it now. It's like it's catching.
That's right. Cole's like, that worked out so well last time.
I was playing
Let's
a
do it
rogue.
this.
I had to act like a rogue. Go
You had to-
charging in and
Okay,
die.
all right. The Deadly Gaze.
No rogues march.
Her
Right into
her
battle.
gaze,
Been playing
Cole.
with Pebble for too long.
Yeah, Cole. Her gaze was a DC 20.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
It was a DC 20. You needed it. I think you
Wow.
rolled like a 24 or something like that. Like you needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
I
would have
got-
like
Yeah.
really screwed you up. It would have taken you basically out of combat. It would have been then when Mark got in there, it wouldn't have been flanking. Like it would have been a whole different. Then she could have done
Yep.
that towards somebody else. Like it could have been a whole different thing.
Nice.
But all right, so are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I'm sure there's still a Twitch stream going. I don't think
Yep.
anybody's watching it. Whatever. I'm sure
All right.
Mark's still
No,
doing his
no one's
thing.
watching it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally just got 2 of us on there as viewers. I don't know where our 12 viewers from last week.
Right.
You know what?
But if
We
you go
didn't-
up to the community,
We
up in
never
the top
posted
right-
it in Discord,
Yes,
so.
that's the thing. We didn't.
I
We didn't-
did.
We,
Oh, you did?
I did like
Today?
15, 20 minutes before we did
Oh.
it. But I had told them before we were doing it. So,
Sure.
Yeah, I saw it. They
Yeah.
just don't care. They just don't care.
right.
well, like I said, but this, if they haven't, if they weren't watching the first parts of the one shot, why would they tune into part 3?
because we're exciting.
Actually, my coworker who said she hadn't finished watching it, that's why she didn't watch tonight.
There
This
you
is
go.
this is my concern about with broadcasting just the regular podcast recordings. We're gonna get so
Yeah.
far ahead.
Yeah.
We're
Right.
live streaming episodes that are nowhere near coming out.
Well, I'll have to like delay things going out on YouTube too.
Yeah, your YouTube stuff should
Yeah.
probably coincide with the podcast drops.
Right.
This
No,
is
I
going to
think
get
that-
so complicated.
It is going to be complicated.
Well, it's starting to get. I'm at some point. I don't know if it's what you want to do or not, but I don't like the idea of trying to run 2 stories simultaneously on the same channel. Because I'm not sure if people are gonna be like, "What? Who are these characters?"
Well, that's why there's going to be like a Pathfinder.
Well,
Well,
I don't know.
I understand what you're saying. It's just there's a few things. First of all, it's another expense because I'd have to do another like $16, $18 a month to run it on a different one. And
Well,
then
that's
no one
suggesting-
is there seeing that one, so they wouldn't know to find it.
Right.
Whereas at
We've
least
got no
with this
followers on another podcast feed.
Right.
You want to as long as the episodes are titled correctly, if someone doesn't care about Pathfinder, they can skip that episode.
Right. So
Right.
also, so what I'm doing is, so for the ones we've been doing, I've been like titling them like season 2, episode 35. And I've got the normal, sometimes you crit cover art for it. For these, I just named them like some. I think it says like Pathfinder or PF2 Threshold of Knowledge.
Well, tomorrow the first episode comes
number
out,
one.
so we'll see what it looks like when it's on the feed.
Right. And it's got a
Yeah.
different cover art for it.
So I think so like I know I listened to a D&D podcast that has run like 3 campaigns, and if you go to their Spotify channel, it's just labeled like this is the main campaign, this is this storyline, this is this other campaign, and so on. And so I think right now they've had up to like 4 different campaigns or storylines on the podcast. And so it just kind of picks and chooses. The annoying thing about that is they do dumps. They do like once every like month or two, they dump like 4 or 5 episodes.
Oh yeah, no.
Where rather than doing a weekly thing, and I like weekly much better.
Right. So like I'll just give you an example. Like ours go season 2 episode 35. Let's recap season 2. Season 2 episode 36. H5 hit you curse my Hydra. Then it goes and they both have the same cover art. Then completely different cover art. It says PF2E Threshold of Knowledge Part 1 of 3. Then PF2E Threshold of Knowledge Part 2 of 3. So I think it'll be discernible enough to where people go, what is this? And it's on there.
They'll
we'll
find
just
out
have
real
to see.
quickly when they start listening that it's
Right.
not their normal campaign.
Right. And we discussed it when we did it. Like, it's not like we're just playing. Like, we discussed how we're changing. We're doing this in the actual audio. So in the first minute, they're going to know that it's different and why.
Well, eventually we're just going to pick one and go with it. We're not going to always be split like this. And
Right.
that's what I'm looking forward to, because I don't like doing both.
Well,
Right.
that's what I meant. I wasn't
Right.
saying start a new channel. I was just saying eventually.
Eventually
I would
we're
like for it to
just
be all
doing
one
one.
campaign.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Right. My issue, right. No, I agree 100%. I feel like it's going to go all Pathfinder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do too.
However, I feel like I've screwed you guys over a couple times because we started a campaign and then we stopped it to start podcasting. Then we started a campaign and we stopped it because we left 2 people. Because we lost 2 people.
Right.
We started this campaign. I don't feel like I can dump you guys again.
Well,
I can't do that.
The thing is,
So
is
I
I'm
feel
excited
bad about it.
I'm excited about Pathfinder now.
None of this is your fault, Jim. You're
And
not
Yeah,
screwing
it's not
up.
your
stopping
Right.
stopping
I'm
the old
excited
one
about
is
this
fine.
too,
It's
so-
just something
Remember,
new.
Jim. Real
Right,
play podcast. Real play. This is what happens in real life.
Right. And we made this, like, I can go on with the other one forever,
Right.
and maybe, like I said, maybe we do, we if it starts off well, maybe we go to 2 and 2.
Right.
Like we do the first Saturday and the third Saturday is D&D, and the second Saturday and the fourth Saturday is Pathfinder or something like that.
As each one of our characters die in Lambrella, we lose an episode a month.
That's right.
Right.
That's
So wait, hold on a
Or
second.
that
Mark
character,
already has his hand up.
No. I'm not volunteering. I am volunteering, but I
you
mean,
are volunteering to die. You know
Until
you are.
finally, the podcast is just the adventures of Pebble, the
Right.
sole survivor.
Well, that's. I think that would be kind of funny.
Just
actually, if
releasing
the character
journals
died,
every week,
you're
even
just
though we're
out.
not playing.
No, I want it to be the adventures. I want it just to be the adventures of Mark, the character that cannot die.
yeah, he's got plot armor.
That's right.
He's the only one that can get that blade, that god back in the blade or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways,
I mean, if we hit a point with the D&D campaign where it is either a natural stopping point or we have a TPK or something like that, then I'm perfectly fine ending it, I think, as well.
So-
I am not upset with Pathfinder
So-
at all.
Yeah, I've
I'm
been
not either.
surprisingly
Chris, what's your
involved.
feeling?
My feeling is I really enjoyed the way Pathfinder played. It feels so much more involved, more nuanced. It was definitely a lot more fun. I personally am not of the fan of trying to run 2 campaigns at the same time because, I don't know, I kind of like, if I'm going to do one, I want to give it everything I got. The split thing, I have a feeling I'm going to start doing shit like you know, when I'm this goblin character, I'm gonna try and wild shape and be like, oh, that's my other character. Hold on a
Right.
second,
Yeah.
because
Right.
I'm a dummy, and that's what happens.
No, I feel like I'm going to do that as a DM.
Right. So
Yeah.
I think if we
Bouncing
can
back and
find
forth.
a logical conclusion, or if there is a total party kill, hey,
So
if we were playing a game, or if this was a reality situation and the party went down, we don't start over. That's it.
right.
God is
So-
free, and life continues.
So then
Right.
let's do this. I've never done like arcs, like, oh, this is a story arc. So basically, this story is leading us towards finding and either doing something with the Assassin's Blade or destroying the Assassin's Blade, right?
Mhm.
How about
Mhm.
I start plotting it out a little bit? I know that means I have to do like planning,
Just
which
on
I
the
hate.
rails a little bit, almost.
Well, not on the rails completely, but I kind of like plot it out to where I can come up with a conclusion, how it would conclude with that. And if you guys get to that point, then it ends there. It may take 3 weeks, it may take 6 weeks, it may take 8 weeks, but we get to a point where it's a logical conclusion.
Stop.
You guys are either dead on arrival or you are the heroes of the city.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sound good?
I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
That way,
I think
because
the-
before I had to like
Leave it
wrap it
open.
up like really fast.
Yeah.
Like really fast. Like, oh wait, we need to
Right.
finish this week. Let me figure something out. Now that I know you guys are okay with it, because I did not want to do this without you guys
Of course.
being on board.
Yeah.
If you're on board, I'll start kind of planning out. Like I already know what's going to happen in the fog. I already know what's going to happen when you get through the fog. I know some things that are going on already, but I haven't really thought it out past that. So I can start kind of thinking it out ahead of time, and then get this to a logical like we know where the blade is. You guys know where the blade is.
Right. Yeah.
You've been told. Now we just got to get you to the blade.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about leaving the D&D campaign behind for me is Lambrelli itself. I think Lambrelli is really freaking cool, and I don't know like
Well-
what Pathfinder is going to look like with that, or like individual characters within Pathfinder or all of that. But
Lambrelli
so-
doesn't have to go away completely. You can
It's
put
true.
Lambrelli on Galarian if you.
So
That got real bad there.
Yeah,
Well,
that
you
was the
just-
first
That's an
time.
You're
internet
frozen.
thing.
You're frozen.
That's an internet thing.
yeah, that's free.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, Ian
Your video,
Ian
Ian.
is.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
back.
He's back. He's back.
Okay.
Hey.
It came back.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna jump in where I think Ian was going. I could take Lambrelli and make it that big city.
Absalom.
Or
Absalom.
we can make a new place. All Lambrelli, just plop it down somewhere in the world.
Right.
Anyway.
I mean, you could put it on put Lambrelli on that inner sea that Absalom's on an island into.
Right.
And like, I think we'll have a better idea of
kinda-
how to handle that once you get at the actual Abomination Vault books
Yes.
to see where everything is involved and what's connected and such. And so that way, if you get really comfortable with DMing, we don't necessarily have to stick to the Abomination Vault books. Like, we can depart from that if you're like, I have this really cool idea for a storyline with these characters and so on.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Well-
once we finish the vaults,
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I think the
vaults
vault
go to level 10, right?
level 10.
Okay.
So then there's
sure.
still
Oh.
10 more levels.
Yeah, there's still
Right.
plenty after that.
yeah.
So
Whole
we
reason
could
we're
keep
doing
on
the-
running
the
the-
path is that he's
Stop
not
at level
comfortable
20.
yet building encounters. So by the time
Right,
we're
yeah.
done, we
Yeah.
should be ready to homebrew whatever.
Yeah, like I said, you guys could walk through an Umbrella, and I could drop down something for you to do. Excuse me, I've been coughing like crazy today. I could drop something down for you easily as on the fly.
Right.
Here, if I do this, it's either going to be a complete waste of time and trivial to you, or it's going to kill all of you.
Right.
Like it's that close. Like that crocodile was that close. You know, one was down, and it could have taken another one with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, I'm fine with. I mean, I want to keep Lambrella. I enjoy Lambrella.
I just don't. I'm with Chris. I don't like flip flopping, and it's gonna confuse me too. So I'll
Okay, so-
play better as a role player if I just do one.
So let's try and do this. My goal will be. This is March. By the end of May, the D&D done.
Okay, wow.
That sound good?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is
Or at
that
least
okay
have
for you
it
guys?
Very nearly in sight, because it takes us 45 minutes to cross a pit.
just
I
don't
know,
put
it's okay.
any pits.
I'm going to unlock
has
all
been
doors.
proven.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
leave
unlock
all the
all
doors are
doors
wide open. Lights are on.
Every lights are on throughout everything. You're still going to be, wait, the lights are on. Let's take 20 minutes and
Something
talk about
can't
it.
be right.
was
The
the
lights
lights.
are
Something can't be
on.
right. Exactly. Okay, so then I will try and start thinking about how to finish it up by then. But I'm not going to rush it. I want it to come to a logical conclusion.
Sure.
That
No
sound
Thanos
good?
snapping.
No Thanos snapping. Like right now, would you guys be opposed to, I'm just trying to think what could possibly happen. Would you be opposed to not going back into Lambrelli?
No, I wouldn't be.
Wouldn't bother me.
If we just
Fine.
finished up on the ship.
Well, I mean, no, with the ship,
We
like,
can make the
ship
final
has still-
thing right in
right.
this
The ship
island.
still has to go to Lambrelli. It still has to go up the river. Was my thought process
Mhm.
to go to where that place is, and maybe we could stop in there. But I think I can do what Ian loves best. I can put a clock on you to where you really don't have time to like stop in Lambrelli.
You go directly to
guess-
where we need to go.
My question is only like one, I guess, where the blade is involved, there'll probably be a decision: do we bring this back to Lambrelli or not?
Right.
And so that's part of the going back to Lambrelli. My thing is like, we could end in Lambrelli, kind of a thing.
Right. No, that's what my
So-
thought process is: you're either going to die trying to get the blade, and I'm going to load up the encounters, or you are going to get the blade and either A, destroy the blade, or B, bring the blade back to Lambrelli to give it to somebody
Sure.
that can keep the blade.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
yeah.
Kill Pebble.
If
I
you
was gonna say,
destroy
Pebble's
the
gonna be
blade, the
king.
god goes free.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not
We don't
I'm
know
not going to
that.
stop you from doing
That'd
anything.
be crazy.
Would it?
I think
Would
so.
it be crazy?
Yeah, I don't want that god stomping around here anymore.
No, I think that's perfectly reasonable, and based on that decision, would also kind of define the epilogue, I guess, for the characters,
Yeah, absolutely.
and then you can go from there.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you
I'd be
need
down with that.
closure on all that studying you've been doing, Cole? As Doran?
I should.
Okay,
be
so
able to
Cole,
make
Cole.
some rolls.
That is
Let's say,
hilarious.
okay, look, I was talking with, I think it was Ian. I was talking with Mark about this. Here's the problem. Here's the problem that I have with Cole, the player.
You tell.
You were talking to me
Cole?
about this?
Yeah, you don't remember anything. Don't worry about it. Cole, the
Oh, she
player.
does not have keen mind.
Cole, the player, has keen mind. And Cole, the player, believes that when Jim, the DM, says something and he puts words in a specific order, that it means something. Whereas, in fact, Jim, the DM, is just making shit up. So when Cole, the keen mind player, comes back and goes, "Aha, you said this, this, and this. That means it must mean this and this." And I go, "I don't remember saying those words." And I'm trying to play it off like, "Oh yeah, that's fine." You're smarter than okay. You're giving me too much credit. You're giving me too much credit.
This is true.
Yeah, 100% it's true.
I will give you less credit in the future.
Thank you. Give me less credit in the future. It'll be a lot easier for me
Harder
to
than
DM.
the average bear.
Hey, I mean,
I'm-
part of it to me is like, hey, that's why I ask. Like with the map situation, is like, did you just come up with that on the fly because I said it, or
100%.
was this something you planned? And
100%.
That's fine, you know.
So let me ask you. So now that we have this down, remind me about what you're doing with the book. Remind me what the book is.
Okay, so the book is the one that we found under the Singing Sail Inn. That was the
Oh, yeah.
ledger from the Gray's Academy.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Is that the
And
one
I
where the
can-
gold brick was right in the
The
same
gold
place?
brick, yeah.
Yeah, the gold brick was there.
Yeah.
And so I've been working on decoding it. And so after 2 days on sea, arriving to this hydraulis area, I
Mhm.
should have been able to put a total of 20 hours into it, which is the threshold you had told me like however long
Okay.
ago would be when rolls start happening.
All right. So this is what I want you to do.
Okay.
I want you to DM me what you want the book to say.
Okay.
Not in specific.
That's fine.
Give me a general. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the book is? And I'm gonna make it the book that.
great.
You can go as crazy as you want.
I'm not that crazy. I mean, you already said it's kind of a ledger of sorts. It was just written in Thieves' Cant, so I have
Right,
an
and it
idea.
may have some cool stuff. And it may have something to do with the
Right.
blade. It may have something to do with you remember more about what I do than I do. I'm sorry,
yeah.
guys. My brain doesn't work well anymore. I'm just
fair,
an
yeah.
old man that just can't remember what he says from moment to moment.
Right. Fact.
And then
I mean, if I was DMing, I'd
Cole
probably
is
be in the same situation.
Yeah, Cole remembers everything I say, and it's like hard.
It is.
I don't have to worry about Mark remembering anything I say. Mark doesn't
No.
remember where he's at from moment to moment.
This is why you like me so much, because I
That's
don't,
right.
I don't,
That's accurate.
I don't hold you to stuff you make up.
I could say you open the door, and 2 minutes later, Mark's like, "Is the door open?" I go, "Nope, door's not open."
Well, to tell you the
Okay.
truth, a lot of it is
Nope.
my hearing too. I don't hear well either.
That's why with these on, oh, trust me, my wife tells me all the time, you just listen to what you want to hear. And I go, that's a weird way to start a conversation. But yeah, I definitely have, well, I worked underneath F-18s
Oh yeah.
for 8 years. So yeah,
Yeah.
I've been underneath like planes at full afterburner while I was like a foot away from the engine. So
Wow.
my hearing is kind of shot.
Yeah. And Chris is hard. Me and him both. I mean, he's just as bad as me. So
I can't hear a damn thing.
Funny thing is, I grew up around mostly like really half deaf people. Like my father and my brother are very, very bad hearing. Like they wear hearing aids, and it was like me and my mother are the loudest talkers usually because of that. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I'm used to dealing with people who can't hear. Like I never start talking unless I'm sure someone can hear me and listening. Like, there'll be
Right.
people start a conversation and then they turn and you go, "What are you talking to me?" Like I learned to not waste my breath like that.
Right.
Dude, I didn't realize how bad mine was until COVID started and everyone wore masks. I couldn't watch people's mouths move. My wife was
Dude.
like, "You literally cannot hear anything," and I relied so much more on lip reading than I ever thought.
Dude, right now, your your video to me is lagging.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
and
been
it definitely
lagging.
is.
And I have trouble.
It's been
And I have
lagging
trouble.
all
And I
night.
have trouble. Like I know exactly what you mean. Like I'm watching
Yeah.
for your lips moving.
Yeah.
Even you guys are small on the screen. With COVID, I had no idea until I couldn't see the lips, and then I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
shit!"
Wife pointed it out to me. She's
Oh.
like, "You're 33 years old. You're gonna need hearing aids now."
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I used to do that with my brother. My brother's 10 feet away from me, and I'm having a conversation. And this other person will start talking to my brother, and I'll look over and I say, "He's not looking at you." And I can say in a normal speaking tone, he can't hear a single word you're saying. I can say the most fucked up thing about my brother right now, and he will not bat an eye in perfect conversational tone. And she's like looking at my brother, and she's like, "Wow, he really is not reacting at all."
Wow. Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah.
All right. So are we still live?
oh,
We
yeah.
are still live. Can I recommend when you put this up to YouTube, just cut this whole second half out of YouTube?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
worth
about us being
doing it
deaf,
again.
sure.
I'd rather than that. Like there's making the sausage and there's too much making the sausage. And we got
Right.
into way too much
Yeah.
making the sausage.
Well, we also
All
gave
right.
the whole plot line
Exactly,
going.
especially I don't want our plot line of the rest of how we're killing the rest of the show
Right.
to be
Actually,
out there on YouTube. Even though
Well,
it's
it's
like
good-
at the
it's-
end of
It's
it,
gonna be on Twitch for the next 7 days.
that's fine.
hey
But-
Cole, just DM me whatever you wanted to say. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Alright.
this is real play. We don't plan anything out.
Hold on a second. The DMs out there understand. Okay,
Yeah,
they understand.
probably.
That's fair.
The
yeah.
kid, I don't think that. I think a lot of players don't really know, like until they get there. It's like, if somebody is reading off of everything and everything's well, like God, it's so much work. Like I got a job. I got a job. I can't. I do the best I can. I do the best I can. All right, so let's cut this out. Are you going off live? Are you off live? Are you done?
I can